And a very good morning to everybody. Welcome to the Apex Brotherhood official live stream. We are now live. It's 6:30 a.m. in London. It's 1:30 p.m. in Shanghai, Huanying. It's 7:30 a.m. in Paris. Bienvenue. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Scott Callahan, also known as Sigma FX Trading, here with you on the Apex Brotherhood live stream this morning. Good to see you all. We are earlier today, so hopefully you all set your alarms and got up and are here to join the excitement that awaits us. We do have Evan and Sam due to join us later on. I'm not sure if our founder of the Apex Brotherhood will maybe jumping in also at some point, but it's just me for now, so let's just get started and have a look at what's happening today. Hopefully you're all good and had a successful day trading yesterday in the difficult conditions that kind of materialised yesterday. It was a bit rangy, wasn't it? I think the uncertainty over ceasefire negotiations in Iran, it's closed, it's open, it's on again, it's off again, it's extended indefinitely at the moment. However, we all know that can change on a knife edge, and that there is also rumour that it may be an artificial deadline of Sunday, typical weekend. We know how that's going to catch us out, so be careful today, think about tomorrow, think about not getting stuck in a trade over the weekend and that something happens on Sunday that changes the ceasefire dynamics and changes the markets, because you don't know if it's going to be good or bad for you. That's true. Okay, let's have a look. We'll have a look at the news first of all. I have something exciting. Oh, sorry, my volume of the music is going to be very loud. So now that all the excitement of introducing myself is over, the volume's down. Hopefully that's better. Let me know in the chat if anyone is here. I cannot see how many people are watching, but if you're here, let me know. Is the volume good? Let me know what you're trading today. Let me know how you got on yesterday, and let me know if you're going to stay in for trading at the weekend, or even are you going to trade tomorrow? That's the question. So what lies ahead of us today? Let's look at the news. Oh, that is not right. There we go. Had to look up the time in Paris, you see. Didn't know it was an hour ahead, but had to confirm. So, Thursday. Good morning and welcome. It is Thursday the 23rd of April 2026 and here is our news for today on the Baby Pips economic calendar. Remember, if you join the Apex Brotherhood community, you do get access to an automatic news bot that provides the news for you 10 minutes ahead of time, just as a reminder. You can also look at it and see what lies in the week ahead, red folder and orange folder news. So what do we have today at 8:30 a.m. London time? Euro news. So we have the German S&P Global Manufacturing PMI flash. That's high impact news. Look out for that, 8:30 a.m. London time. At 9:30 a.m. we have pound news. News for the pound, S&P Global Manufacturing again, PMI flash. Also at this time we have the Global Services PMI flash. So look out for that if you're trading pounds today, 9:30 a.m. London time. News, high impact, watch out. Going on to the afternoon, we've got dollar news, initial jobless claims. Now we all know that due to the government shutdown and government issues in the United States, that numbers coming out of these what would you call them? Yeah, I would call them estimates, assessments. They can't accurately account for it, but they've got a system in place that does accurately account for it. But it's been all over the place with a lot of adjustments the following month. But we've got jobless claims anyway. 1:30 p.m. London time. Watch out if you're trading dollar this morning. Be aware you're going into news this afternoon. So we're probably going to avoid cable trades this morning. We're going to avoid euro trades until we see the euro news out and see how that affects the Open, the European Open, London Open, that we're way ahead of at the moment. So we can still have a look at the charts. Let's maybe just look at what's happening at the end of Asia. We'll look at dollar yen, we'll look at Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar, and we'll keep out the euro and the pound for now until we see what's happening with them later. That would make sense. Anything from the president overnight? Let's have a look on Truth Social. Donald Trump, Trump's War Department arsenal of freedom roars again. Let's have a quick, looks like it's a retweet or a retruth, as you would call it on Truth Social. He's just retweeting something there. That is what we've got here. Donald Trump. Oh, it's all moved. It's all moved. This request was a legal request. Good. I'm very glad about that. I don't want to be on the wrong side of the federal government in the United States. Federal government must step up for election integrity. Okay, yeah, that's ongoing internal dynamics of politics in America. Welcome to Savage Nation. That looks like a reposting or a retruthing. And I'm not going to play the video because I don't know what's on it. Yeah, he looks like he's been busy, but it doesn't look like he's saying anything too controversial apart from... Is it controversial? You can't compromise. I can't do the impression. Sorry. No, I can't. Okay, you can't compromise on sanity and common sense. Excellent. Let's maybe take a look in the mirror and say these kind of things to yourself and do any of us any harm, I don't think. Blah blah blah. We import third world, yeah. We're all slaves now, aren't we? To the system. I'm not going to get political. Okay. Right. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's too much things. I don't know. It looks like I'm legally compliant anyway. That's good. First squawk. Have a look. Thanks to Pulley for this. I saw Pulley tweeted, messaged yesterday on the Discord, and he uses first squawk as an early heads up. If the markets spike, I think you could have a look at that and see what has happened to cause that. There's a lot of general stuff about and Indian news in the finance side, some political and stuff. It's generally kind of unbiased, unverified, I suppose. First news coming out, it's an early heads up before it hits the mainstream media, which then obviously puts their propaganda slant on it. Just a reminder, guys, as well, to like and subscribe. Remember to hit the like and subscribe. We had a good number of viewers in yesterday, but there wasn't the views, or the likes did not match the views and the guys who were in the chat. So, I do have comments. I'm looking here. We do have comments. Oh no, hang on. We've got Lou Goodjong. Oh no, this is comments on previous streams, is it? Or pre-comments? Yeah, 4 days ago. 3 minutes ago. Morning, mate. We have William Davis. I say Davis? Davies in the house. He is our founder and Apex Brotherhood. Also does some hosting, so it's good to see you are up early, Will, and welcome to the stream. Hopefully you can hear me fine and it's all sounding good, because that's what we want. We want some sounding good so we can get more people into the Brotherhood, get benefits out to you guys on what we do here, and hopefully you can find community, find Brotherhood, find improvements, hints and tips that help towards becoming a better person, a better trader, better in yourself, fitter, healthier, and more confident, more in control of yourself, and that helps to achieve the outcomes that are in your goals and plans. I didn't post my quote of the day. I'll just do that just now. I've got my phone in hand. Let's do that just now, because I like to do quote of the day, which I can't remember what it was. I looked it up last night. Daily quotes. There it goes. It was an Arabian proverb to do with the final straw, the straw that broke the camel's back, which is an Arabian proverb. So it's about, well, it's a question, isn't it? Because the straw that broke the camel's back, it's not really what broke the camel's back. It was the accumulated burden before the last straw that broke the camel's back when the last straw was applied. But it's that incremental change of just overloading something that reaches the breaking point of it. And there is a trading related part of it here, where we say the final straw in trading is almost never the true cause of failure. The cause is the accumulated burden that came before it. So it's easy to blame the very last thing you did. It was gold, it was oil, it was Trump, it was the market. No, it was you. It was what you did before. It was all your decisions leading up to that point of over risking your account, of taking trades that weren't valid, that went against you and lost, that got to the point of each of these accumulated decisions added up to what happened last, and you blame the last thing. But anyway, hopefully we improve and we learn from those mistakes. That's the key. Learning from your mistakes, and each mistake is something that we can see as a positive, to be fair, because these positives of making mistakes help us avoid doing them again. Hopefully we do repeat mistakes though, don't we? We repeat them again and again and again because we deny things to ourselves. But we've got to accept that we're flawed. We've got to accept that we will make mistakes, and embrace that and put mitigated measures in place to try and avoid it. That's we're all human. We can't avoid mistakes, and if you deny yourself that you're just being dishonest with yourself, and being honest with yourself is probably is a key thing to trading, because you need to know who you are. My former mentor and all-round great guy, if you want to know who that is, join the Brotherhood. I'll be happy to tell you. I'm not going to promote anyone else on here, but he always used to say, know thyself, and it's very true. It's very true. Will saying, yeah, he's saying, Scott, you're speaking facts, my friend. Thank you. I tried to be factual, and I tried to be insightful, and I'm feeling. It's funny. I turned this camera on. I was pretty tired this morning. Late-ish night. I was up late for me, helping Evan to try and fix his microphone. So I've said that Evan may be on, but his microphone was having some issues, and his speaker was having some issues. Got to the point I thought it might be me as well, so I rebooted all my system to make sure that everything was coming through clear for myself, because it was sounding like Davros, the Lord of the Daleks from Doctor Who, and he couldn't find what was wrong. So hopefully he'll be on this morning. I've not seen any messages from him to the contrary, and yeah, so I was tired this morning. Switched the camera on. I've not even had a sip of my coffee. It's sitting here, having been made for at least 40 minutes, and it's still sitting there because I was getting things set up and organised. So this is me coffee free. Maybe I should delay my first coffee of the day, because I do feel pretty good. Or maybe I'm just becoming addicted to fame, being on here today with you guys watching. That could be it too. So Will is saying he's doing the right thing, and he is off to the gym. That is on my list of key changes to be made in my life this year. I was an avid gym goer up until maybe 3 years ago. I took unwell, and I took a serious illness, and I've not been able to hit the gym for pretty much all that time, due to one thing or another, whether it be medication or physical impairment or mental brain fog that keeps you from in a hold. But everything's improving. Touch wood, everything's heading in the right direction, and the gym is a realistic possibility to not quite get back to where I was, but if I start that path, it could well lead back to where I was gym wise. And I think I always felt that I used to work 24/7 shifts, and when you're working shifts, your body clock is messed up. You kind of learn how to deal with it, learn little tactics to overcome the fatigue and the ups and the downs, and fight against your circadian rhythm. It's not good. If you do 30 or 40 years of shift work, it probably reduces your life by 10 years. There's many studies that say shift workers don't live as long. However, going back to, before a back shift, I would go to the gym. All my colleagues are in that, before my shift, when I arrive, all my colleagues are in that post-lunch slump and soldiering through onto dinner, and then just counting down the hours to bedtime. Whereas I found that exercise boosted me and let me get most of the way through that shift, almost to the end. At the end, it always was a little bit, can't wait to get home. But it definitely changes your mindset as well. Comparing myself to colleagues or whatever. If I'd been to the gym and was regularly going, I would see things in a much more positive light than they would. And I think that taking that time to boost your energy, it's counterintuitive as well. You go and you smash out some reps at the gym, you run, you get your cardio in, and you have more energy despite having used all that energy to do the exercise. It's good. It changes your outlook. It's good. Okay, so what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? So we've looked at the news. I will open up the charts probably. In fact, no. What I'll do, I will give you an update on the 100 to 1000 challenge. At the moment, I'll just go back to window share. Hopefully. Can we see that? Hopefully. Yeah, so that's the window share there. So this is, I'll just move that over slightly out of my way. I'm only on day 2 of using the small account on this one. It's a nice £4.13 on day 1, which was a 4% return, which is good by anyone's means. You know, I'm looking to probably achieve about 3% on average. I'm not going to be trading every day. I do work on the odd occasion in a job that is unfortunately sometimes Monday to Friday during trading times. But I'm lucky enough to not be working full time, so I do get an opportunity to trade too. So that is day 2, which was £2.14. I'll just confirm that was the final tally after yesterday. Let's have a look in our history. Custom period, that would be the 22nd yesterday. 22nd. £2.14, yeah. So £2.14 yesterday, so a little low, but yesterday was a kind of weird day. For me anyway. I kind of, yeah, it was going one way, then it was going another way, and it was going another way again. So, yeah, a bit rangy. So that was £2.14. I am going to share access to that account. I've got the investor password set up on FX Blue, but unfortunately I can't get it to link properly. So we could try it this morning. I'll show you my. I mean, I already started a £100 trying to make it into £1,000 before. That one's working fine, but for some reason the Vantage account is not linking up to it. But what FX Blue allows me to do, I'll just go on to that just now. 1 second. I'll just come off this just now. Just remember, like and subscribe. I'm just going to type in see if it's coming up. Apex. No, it's no, it's not. Last update was 1:47 PM yesterday, so it's maybe just I did update it all again last night, so it's maybe looking to it maybe only does it every now and again. So hopefully it'll try again. I'll show you the other one anyway. Yeah, we'll go back onto that just now, into the window share. Okay, yeah, so this has allowed me to share my Black Bull account, and it shows the progress. You know, I mean, there's lots of people make bold claims on trading channels that they've managed to do this, that, or the next thing, and oh, that's okay. So that will be the address at the bottom there. If you go onto that, that is the new account that I'm showing on here. However, it's not linked up yet. But just to give you an example of what it will look like once I link it up, or once it's successfully done, hopefully, if I can work out what the issue is. It basically shows you all the trades I've made on this account. It doesn't show live trades, so you can't go in and copy them. It doesn't show trades that are in progress. It only shows the trades that are closed. You can see my equity curve there. Lovely start, and then we've just kind of plateaued over here. We're back up to 193 as of today, as of now. Yeah, 193. So that's where we're at after. I think we're about 28 trading days to double the account size. Well, it was only 16 or something trading days up until we got up to over the 200s, and then we had a loss there, then we had another loss there, then we had a double loss there. So I'm not claiming to be the best trader in the world, I'm just sharing my journey, and hopefully you can learn something from it. But it's I had a break there after the losses. I was on holiday for a bit over the beginning of April, in that weekend, and then we've started again. So we're back up. We're heading in the right direction again. But it shows you all the stats and everything. It's great even if you want to link your own account up to FX Blue, create an account, and once you link your own account, you can give yourself access to these stats. I know that there's all the trades I've taken, all the different assets that, there's quite a few assets I've traded, all the orders. It does tell you more than that. You can look at lots of different things, all your profit factor, etc. How the equity's gone, you can see that was quite a risk taken there, so it gives you points to look and say, well, that was too much risk for the account, because that's whatever. I'm not quite sure how to read that, to be honest, but it gives you insights into your trading, and it's all there. There's nothing hidden here, so I'm not going to be photoshopping my trading results or just telling you I've made profit and I've doubled my money and I've up to 1,000. It's all going to be here for everyone to see. It does confirm on here that it is a real account when you go into FX Blue, or it also would say demo if it was a demo account. So that is a real money, my money, and we're currently sitting with £93 better than when I started at the beginning of March. Beginning of March? Yeah, beginning of March. So you can't argue at that, doubling your money even in 2 months is, no bank will do that. No investment fund will do that. No index linked pension will do that. That's all been just through methodical, careful trading that comes from opening a small account and looking after it, because you can't overextend. You can't over risk. You've got to keep the account alive. You start, what number do you get down to before it's not possible to trade? Where is the point of being not tradable? Can you trade a tenner, taking one position at 0.01 and potentially lose it? Can you trade £8? You probably can't open a position of 0.01 at £8. I'm not sure, but I know that I'm pretty much limited to maybe 7, 8 or 9, maybe 10 positions, but that's way overstretching the account. And try not to go to as many positions than that on the £100 to begin with. Once you get to £200, my plan says up the lot size or up the position size that you're trading to 0.02 and maybe open up to 10 positions at 0.02. Obviously, as you go between 100 and 2,000, you could increase the number of assets you trade, because you could, at £150 balance, you could probably open 15 trades at 0.01, which means instead of just trading maybe 1 or 2 assets, you could trade 3. There is arguments against not trading more than one thing at a time, especially if you're new to trading. I have been trading 3 years. I'm just not considering myself a profitable trader at the moment, but I'm at that cusp of I'm not winning, I'm not losing. So that puts me in the top probably 10% if I'm a break-even trader. If you're break-even, you're top 10%. I'm by my reckoning. Not by backing that up with any official statistics, but if you want to get in that 1 or 2% or 5% that's making a profit, and 1 or 2% that's consistently making a profit with a track record of that. I do have a slightly bigger cash account because I'm now breaking even, so I'm now confident I'm not losing that money. But I'm still being very careful, and the small account does keep me accountable. I'm copying to that from a prop account that I've just about got to the end of evaluation 1 out of 2 on the road to getting funded. And I'm also trading to the slightly bigger cash account, which is hovering where it started 6 months ago. So not made any money, not lost any money, but it's all headed in a much better direction since starting this 100 to 1,000 journey. So do get involved, join the Brotherhood. It's the 100 to 1,000 challenge. Come and join us, and we'll get more information in the Discord. Chat to me about it. I'm free a lot to jump on. Happy to help anybody. Remember, like and subscribe as well. Okay, so we're now approaching 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m. Thursday, the 23rd of April 2026. Welcome to the Apex Brotherhood live stream. We are live. It's 7 a.m. in London. It's 8 a.m. in Paris. Bienvenue. It's 2 p.m. in Shanghai. Huanying. Ni hao ma. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you all here on the Apex Brotherhood live stream. I am Scott Callahan. I'm also known as Sigma FX Trading. Good to be here. Welcome, everybody. Whether you be a brother, a sister, everybody, welcome to the stream. We're going to have a look at the charts now, see what's happening. We have already looked at the news. We'll have another look at that on the half hour. And then look forward to Sam and Sam and Evan, the Rebel trader, joining us later on this morning and taking us through to 10 a.m. Hopefully. As I said, Evan had issues with his microphone. Did seem quite catastrophic, and wasn't, despite him being Mr. Coding Bot Man, he didn't seem to be able to solve the issues despite re-downloading firmware for his new microphone. It's probably in the time for it's probably in the time for sending back, because he only did just buy it at the start of our streaming journey last week. Okay, we've got a message here on the chat from Oradex. Good to have you here. It's Alex. Oh, that could be Alex, my brother. Are you Alex, my brother? I don't know your YouTube handle. You're telling me you're Alex, so I'm guessing you probably are. Glad I could catch it live finally. Welcome. I'm actually studying FX for an exam tomorrow. Yeah, that does sound like Alex, my brother. He's doing finance at university here in Scotland, and has some interest in the forex trading and shares and stock trading, and did some good trades on shares last year. Made a bit of profit, and I have offered to show him some insider knowledge of FX trading, but he's a busy man. He's a busy man. He's constantly got lots to do with his studying. So yeah, he's just confirming that. Yep, I am Alex. That's good to see you. I think you have already liked and subscribed, as has most of my family. So I would encourage everybody to get their family also to like and subscribe as well, and get some traction and get this brotherhood out to everybody. And I say brotherhood, sisters welcome too. It's called Brotherhood because of Will and Ewan, his brother. They're the founders. Will is on the trading side, and Ewan is on the mind and body side. That boy likes to take his top off. You know, you go onto the Apex Brotherhood website, there's just a tad too many topless pictures of Ewan for my liking, but everybody's welcome to go and have a look. It's very interesting. It's it's the start of something new. So if anyone's looking to do better for themselves and do better as a person, we're all individuals. There's no judgment in the Brotherhood. We're all kind of doing our own thing and encouraging each other. It's positivity all the way. It's help and guidance and support when required. There's no hidden agendas. We're all a good bunch of guys. Do get involved. Have a look at the link in the description. You'll get onto the Discord that way. There is a monthly fee for membership. It's not a lot, a couple of coffees a week, and that covers your membership price. So do get involved there. I'm going to have a look at the charts now because we're after 7 AM. So let's have a look. We know there's Euro news and pound news coming up this morning, so we'll steer clear from them for now, and we'll have a look at what's moving. I'll have a look at what I look at, strength and momentum, and what might be some good moves setting up for today. Let's have a look. So I'll just go to a different share, the MT5, so hopefully you can all see my MT5 on the screen now. Yeah, that's cool. That was what was I looking at? AUD. That's AUD USD. I think I'm going to put my glasses on. No, I can see it. It's fine. Right. So let's just change the time frame there just to refresh the indicators. Sometimes they just, when you first click on an asset on MT5, it doesn't refresh the indicators, and I like to look at the indicators. So, the 4-hour AUD USD, we can see that it's ranging in this this kind of range here. Kind of rangy. It looks like it's, I suppose if you're putting a channel on that, you would see that it's kind of, oh, that's not the channel, that's the other. It's kind of going like that a bit, or is it? Is it? Oh, I'm making a mess of that now. Yeah, it does look like it's kind of descending, a descending channel, but ranging also at the same time. So let's see what the indicators are telling us. Quick look at the MACD, moving average, convergence, divergence. It's like a nice indicator to use. Looks like we've got consolidation here, which supports the ranging. There's not much in the histogram, and we've got higher lows on the higher lows on the histogram, which suggests that this would I say downside? It's not downside, does? Well, it suggests that yeah, it's down. Well, it's going down here. Suggests that whatever move to the downside that's been happening is running out of steam, and that's a kind of a higher low there as well. So it's probably ready to stop moving. Not necessarily change to the upside, I don't think, but it's ready to stop moving, because when we go to the relative strength index, the RSI, what is that setting? I've got that on 5. That's all right. I thought it was 46, but 46 is the level it's at, so it's below 50, which suggests that the relative strength of the Aussie dollar is to the downside. But we're heading back up towards the 50, so will we get a rounded retest, that may be called, a bounce off the 50 to continue the down move that's already happened from these points of overbuying here. It's kind of hovered over the 50, which again supports the rangingness of it. So nothing really moving. Is that because the markets are just exhausted with the moves on oil and war-related news? Good possibility. They don't know what way to turn because they don't know what's happening. It's a bit of a state of chaos and confusion that's not picked a side yet. So I would say pretty neutral as that sits in the middle, as that's heading back for the 50. as the price is clearly consolidating, as the, yeah, not doing much. Couldn't pick a direction from that. I'm just saying that is very neutral. Going into the hourly chart, just in the lower time frame, we can see we're below the central pivot level there, which does like to hold as an indicator for me anyway that it's a point of resistance, that it may, well, I'll just change the colour of my arrows. I don't like the green arrows because it conflicted with the green candles, but it looks for me like it could potentially go to there and then want to go back down to there. So you could potentially, from that, let's see if that's supported by the indicators. That's just my view of the chart. So yeah, it does look like it's run out of momentum to the downside at this point, and it looks like it wants to go up. So, which it is. And then we've got a confirmed turn on the hour, which suggests more to the upside. Looking at the relative strength, it's crossed the 50, but it doesn't want to cross it until it's retested it. So it's heading back towards it. So that's a possible down for now, and then up for later. But it's not really telling us much. It's not really telling us much. We'll look at the 15. I'm guessing that'll confirm. Yeah. So based on the hour, it's heading back towards the 50. Yeah, I reckon it could want to revisit this area here before it goes up to here. Is that our central pivot, or is that higher? 1 second. Yeah, that's our central pivot there. So I think that's what it's going to do. It may well want to head slightly further to here to take that fair value gap, but that's not guaranteed. At the moment, the fair value gap is in this area right here. So for me, it's looking up for the moment, but not for much. So if you wanted to take a trade from, say, 71495 roughly up to here, that's only 10 pips. 9.5 pips are probably, just for me, I probably wouldn't bother. Anyway, anyone else in the house? Anyone want me to look at any particular asset or break down any chart? If you think it's beneficial the way I do it, then please just drop a message in the chat, and we can happy to have a look at anything. Even maybe not indices. I don't have any indices set up, so we'll leave the indices for Sam when he comes on. He's our NAS man, S&P. He will look at that, I'm sure, for you. Right, so that's what I think the Aussie dollar is going to do. I was waiting on a big move on the Aussie dollar, because you look at the higher time frames, it's all looking like it's hitting a top. Even on the monthly, it's out at the top of the Bolly band here. So just get rid of that fib on there. Bear with me. I'm just going to remove the fib that's on there. If I can find the... Can you see that? But I'm doing that now. No, none of my pop-ups are showing, so charts, indicator lists, objects. So I'm going to objects and MT5, look at my object list. It's just a daily fib that's on there, so I'm just going to delete that for the moment. But you look at that move, I'll just remove the trade history as well. So I've been trading the Aussie dollar a lot. I've found it to be quite beneficial. So I'm liking the Aussie dollar as an asset to trade, especially this time in the morning before London Open. It gets some nice moves just before London, for what I've seen anyway. Okay, so we're out the top of the volley on the monthly. If we put a fib on that would be interesting. If that's our top, see, I've got an alert set here. If that's our top, yeah, that fair value gap there on the 38 lines up nicely. Support 1 on the monthly as well. You know, if you're a swing trader, could it be the time to get in and take it back down for a nice 400 pips? 400 pips to there. Has it turned though? Not according to that. That's still up. It's been out the top here, so it doesn't often, even looking back all these months, it doesn't often go to that extreme. I mean, that's back a year plus. You know, so we're out the top here and it's heading down. So, you know, it could be a good time. Not to say it won't go back out again, but it's not for the moment. But it will turn on the lower time frames first. Did turn there on the weekly, but only until there. And it's looking nice for shorts on the daily. That's a nice, yeah, I would say that would be safe until it's not, if you were a swing trader, but not for today. We've had a look at today. If you're a day trader, it's just a case of waiting to see what's going to happen. It does say that there's those 10 pips in it, but could be worth it to take if you were desperate to trade, but I'm not. I would look for something with a bit more target personally. And if I only get 10 pips, that's good. But when you're only aiming for 10 pips, then you've got to be cautious. But I know a lot of you guys are more scalpy than I am. Okay, so that was that. Nothing in the chat to request any looks at anything. So do like and subscribe. Check you've subscribed. If you've not, press the bell. Press the thumbs up. Let's make the algorithm easy for you to say. Let's make the algorithm see what we're doing here this morning and get more people on and viewing, because we don't have many at the moment, but we can only improve. In fact, I could be here myself. I am not sure. Okay, let's have a look at USD. So we're going to avoid the pound and the euro just now. We can have a look at them and just see what they're doing. But we'll have a look at USD JPY. That's just been kind of ranging as well from what I remember looking at yesterday. Okay, so there's USD JPY on the screens for us now. And let's have a look at this. So if you do want an asset broken down, let me know. I can see that additional people joining both on X and on YouTube. So as you join us, if it's your first time here, drop something in the chat just to say hello. And let us know who you are and what brought you here. So it'd be good to know. Okay, USD JPY. So I always start in the 4 hour because that's my kind of anchor, my anchor chart that I want to see going the same way as I'm going to be trading. Not necessarily. I will trade against it as a C trade, but obviously reducing my risk and exposure, because if the higher time frame is saying something different from what I'm actually doing in the moment, then I don't want to be swimming against the tide, so to speak. Okay, so we can see it's been very rangy over yesterday. Just not wanting to break this low here, and it has broken the high here slightly. So, and it's above central pivot. Probably want to head back to here for the moment, but I wouldn't be confident that it's going to crash through it. So 8.5 pips, not worth my while. Every pip counts though, but it's not a trade I would be looking to take for 8 pips at the moment. But that's what the H4s tell me. It's just so tight that even the H4s just only giving 8 pips to R1. You know, there's only 18 pips between the two. But it does have an ADR, average daily range, of 83 pips. Does the UJ. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot to aim for. So not really doing much. There does seem to be a little bit of anticipation in the air, and the markets are waiting on something to happen. So that's Alex back on saying that he is still here and he is just trying to focus on learning from what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not really here to educate, but hopefully you can get your education in trading elsewhere. But if you can get some benefit or hints or tips or see something, because I think in trading you really do have to pick the right people to learn from, but I don't believe at the same time that you should try and emulate anybody either, because it's what you see in trading. Now, I was being told yesterday, now I can't remember for the life of me the name of the book that my trading friend told me about, but basically it was interviews with a number of successful real life corporate type traders, and they all traded differently. They all had different approaches, different strategies, all successful. So I do think once you've learned how to trade and the basics of it, you need to find your own path. If you try and copy someone or be them, and I've seen it so many times, you know, I've seen someone who's successful, smashing the markets every day, showing everyone what they're doing, basically 95% of it anyway, sharing the results, and still it's not possible to replicate them, to be them, to do what they're doing. It's like, I think somebody said once, you could advertise a successful and profitable trading strategy, put it on the front of the New York Times, and still you would have only a 2% success rate from people, because psychology and your own self comes into trading, which is good and bad. You've got to have them. It's got to be your plan, your strategy that suits your psychology, and you've got to make sure your negative traits that are going to sabotage yourself don't come out into that. So it's a double-edged sword, as they say, when it comes to trading, and it comes to strategies, and comes to learning, and comes to who you follow. There's obviously a lot of absolute rubbish out there, that people just showing the best of what they do and their supposed success, but the you know, the true honest traders will tell you you've got to find your own path. You can't. It's not really possible to become someone else that's not you. So, if I find the name of that book, I'll post it in the comments after the stream ends, so that you can have a look at it. I'll ask my mate what it was. Okay, where are we? USD JPY. So not much happening. That looks like it's stalling on the H4 at that R1 again, so 8 pips away as we said. It's still got momentum to the upside, I suppose, in our RSI. It's not gone into the overbought, so there's still room for it to go up. It's above the central pivot, so we're probably going to bounce between those two support and resistance areas for the moment anyway. Looking at strengths, it's kind of a buy, but not a strong buy. What's it tell me on the strengths on here? As I say, I use strengths and momentum in my own strategy. I'm not sharing that at the moment. I'll try and get something over to the screens here to share with you. It's a bit silly me turning around here to look at what's going on, but what I can see from the strength and momentum indicator here is that US dollar in the moment is kind of hovering. It looks like it's gaining momentum. Gaining strength. It seems to be strong and gaining strength in terms of strong and gaining strength in terms of what's happening today. So that's US dollar up, which I suppose for the moment, yeah, that fits with our USD JPY going to the upside, and certainly there is some indications here that it's looking to go up. So we may see a break of R1 here on this chart on USD JPY going to the upside, because to get ADR we're up to R3, and ADR high currently is sitting on R3, so there's a potential 54 pips up to R3, but that's going to take all day at this rate with this range, and because of this range and this tightness, it's going to take a lot to break through. But there is some things here telling us that US dollar's up, and yen is weak and weakening, so that would support that also going up. Obviously the dollar is the dominant currency in that pair, so it's you've got dollar dominant strengthening going up, you've got yen weak and weakening, and momentum going down, which means that USD JPY is going up. But is it a strong enough move to break that resistance at R1? I think we'll need to wait and see. It's got 8 pips to go, so let's see what's happening in the lower time frames on there. As I say, it's been very rangy, as we can see, blah 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 blah. It's in there. Yeah, we could get a little bit of relaxation down to the midpoint on the Bolly into that fair value gap, or it'll go straight to R1, but it could go to R1, bounce back into there, and then up, and that R3 sitting on ADR high and in the middle of that fair value gap would be a great target. So how would that look? into there, up to there, and then up to there. That's a potential trade that's setting up. So what I'll keep an eye on. I'm going to see what it does at R1, if it's going for that. If it goes for the fair value gap, I would take an entry here, and bearing in mind that if everything's still setting up to be long, the dollar's still strong and gaining, the yen's still weak and weakening, then yeah, we could get up to there. But it's going to take a lot to break these highs here, just because of the consolidation we've had. But that's a possibility. That's what I would be looking at for UJ. Good morning to... Oh, I'm not doing that properly. Good morning to In the Wilds. In the Wilds is saying morning. Morning, good to have you here. We did start early today, so if you've not been in since 6:30, you can go back and watch it all again after the stream, if you like. What we've done so far, we've had a look at the news, we've had a look at the small accounts and the progress of the small account, and we've had a look at Aussie dollar, and we've had a look at UJ. We're avoiding pound and euro for the moment, although we are going to touch on them. But we'll just have another quick look at the news, and we'll see, for those that have just joined us, what is happening on the markets today. Okay, good morning. Thank you for joining us. This is the economic calendar for today, brought to you by Apex Brotherhood, and it's the Baby Pips economic calendar we're looking at online, free to access. And let's just make sure we're on the right day. It's always good. 23rd of April 2026. It's a Thursday. It's 8:30 p.m. 8:30 a.m. London time. We have Euronews, German S&P Global Manufacturing PMI Flash. At 9:30 a.m. London time, we've got Pound News, both the Global Manufacturing PMI Flash and Global Services PMI Flash. We're clear from there into the afternoon until 1:30 p.m. London time. We have dollar news, initial jobless claims. These are the ones to look out for today. Let's have a quick look on Truth Social, see if Donald Trump is up early this morning. Nothing new since earlier this morning. We'll just refresh that to make sure we're up to date, to make sure there's nothing that's going to sabotage our trading today. Excuse my adverts. Yeah, so we've not got anything new from Donald Trump. He did tweet just one thing to do with global issues regarding, if I can find it, and it was last night anyway, so yeah, not finding it. You can't compromise on sanity and common sense. I'm guessing that's something to do with the ongoing negotiations out in the Gulf. We've also got Lou Gujong. Welcome, Lou Gujong. Good morning, Lewis. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me this morning on the live stream. We'll just continue with the news for the moment. And on to First Squawk. Now, Pooley put me onto this. Pooley, one of our esteemed colleagues in the squad, in the Discord, in the community. First Squawk is quite good for global financial news, macro markets and geopolitics, to get that early headlines before it hits the actual headlines on the mainstream media. And just a reminder to everybody that to like and subscribe, and if you do want to look at joining the Apex Brotherhood, apexbrotherhood.pro is the website to have a look at. and it's basically a promotion of wealth and mindset, health and fitness. Private coaching is available. There's our founders. There's a picture of Will and Ewan. Ewan's got his shirt on there, thankfully. But one thing to watch though is, if you haven't already, have a look on Trade Delicious and look at Will and Ewan trading their way through Europe, just getting around by making and spending their trading profits. It's quite an interesting watch as Will tries to make money on the markets to fund their food, lodging and travel. So join the Brotherhood. The link is in the description on YouTube, and you can follow the link and sign up for the Brotherhood. We do have a Monday morning call from Will, the founder, the boardroom broadcast, 7 a.m. every Monday, and he sets us up for the week. Positivity, growth, achievements, health and mindset. There's apparel available. There is rumour of a logo change, so don't get your apparel yet, but we'll find out more about that later, or we might just keep the existing logo. We're looking to rebrand. We're looking to increase our membership and just make the place a better place for everybody. So that's that. We've already broken down AU and UJ. We've not done anything on pound or euro because of the upcoming news. We can look at it if you like. If anyone wants an asset broken down, please drop it in the chat. If you're new here, say hello in the chat and let us know what brought you here, what you trade, and if you have any questions about the Brotherhood. Brothers and sisters, welcome too. Everyone's welcome. It's Brotherhood for Ewan and Will being brothers. Okay, so I'm not taking any trades yet, as everything just seems to be close to just ranging. Let's see if anything is actually moving. We can have a quick swatch through the charts and just have a visual check on everything. I'll just share that with you so you can see it. Have a sip of my coffee, which has gone stone cold now. Okay, let's start alphabetically. I'll have a look at the strengths first of all. Strengths wise, there's nothing being at New Zealand, Kiwi is kind of reaching an extreme, but it could still, to the downside, but it could still go lower. Swissy yesterday took a crazy drop, but is recovering now. So it took a drop, the Swissy, into an extreme low, but gaining strength now. So what would you call that? UC? Never heard of that before. USD Swissy did take a meteoric rise yesterday, but the short's now on. But will it drop, or will it just be relaxing to continue higher? It's certainly looked one direction from there. Right, Aussie CAD. Let's have a look at that first. I should have brought the chart up while I was talking about the Swissy. Top screen on your left seems full. What are you tracking up there? Let's have a look. Top screen on my left seems full. Oh right, on the screens. Yeah, I can't share that. That's a separate PC, so I can't share that across. You'll see it on I'll turn on my main presenter window. Yeah, so up here, this is a strength indicator. So this indicates, it's like, I suppose you could liken it to you know, the DXY, the DXY, that for each currency I've created, or it's created, a currency basket for each currency, and comparing their relative strength, I suppose, against how it's moving against, or how it's performing in strength-wise against all the other currencies, weighted, I believe. So at the moment it's saying that on the by time frame as well. So we've got M15, H1, H4, D1, weekly and monthly. Basically it tells me that in the moment on the 15-minute chart, the Swissy is the strongest currency and the yen is the weakest. If we looked at a chart of Swissy yen on the 15, we would see that we've already missed that move, and that the Swissy will be way down. And you know, in fact we do have Swissy JPY if I go on the window share, MT5 share. So yeah, so we'll see we've already missed that move on the 15 on the Swissy JPY, I believe. So yeah, we see that the Swissy is the strongest, the yen is the weakest. So that's a bit lagging, you know. I already knew we would have missed the move, and we certainly have missed the move. But what it tells us is that the Swissy is now in a point of extreme strength, and it can't, you know, it can't go over 100. So you know if it's in that top 20%, 80 to 100, which it's almost at, pretty much. It's at 77 strength just now. We know that it can only come down from there. It's obviously heading for that fair value gap. We'll probably take it, and then we'll get a retracement down into here. So it gives you a heads up that something's happening with the Swissy. It's gained a lot of strength. And if I look at the hourly strength, the strength is low for the Swissy, and the yen's above it. So that tells me that there is opportunity for a short. It's complicated. Different things happen in different time frames that give you indications. I would say the 50-minute, if I'm seeing it's already gone to extremes, the move's already happened. It's not telling me that it's going to remain strong. But it might, because the hour might suddenly start to move up, and the yen might start to move down on the hour, and then that sets up for a continuation. So it's lagging, but it helps identify trades. And for this trade, it would be, you'd be looking at a reversal, maybe 20 pips back down to here. But I would need to analyse that. I wouldn't just take that based on that one thing. Also at the bottom here, you've got the momentum of the move. So this is basically a slope analysis of how the strength has changed and the rate at which it's changed. So that basically tells me, that basically tells me, is it moving? Is it still moving, or is it stalling? And is it accelerating, or is it decelerating? Is it moving from a position of weakness? You know, you can have a weak currency that's got an accelerated upward momentum showing that it's in reversal. So just because it's weak doesn't mean you should be selling it. You could be buying it if the strength is a momentum is up, in an up direction. Hopefully that explains it a little bit, Elias. So got you. So when you see a potential trade, you cross-reference or check the strengths first. Interesting to see. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the strengths just are in the mix, along with MACD, RSI, strength, momentum. Because strength and momentum, support, resistance, all of them together always create a confusing picture of what's happening. But you've just got to read each one and ensure that certain things have happened in order for the trade to be valid. Okay. So back to having a look at Aussie CAD. Right, Aussie CAD again. We've got this consolidation that we're seeing everywhere. We already saw it in the Aussie USD. Unsurprising that we're also seeing it in the Aussie CAD because the CAD and the dollar are pretty quite correlated, as we know. So yeah, consolidation there. I'm not seeing anything of interest that would be making me go to that today. Aussie is looking to strengthen, definitely is strengthening, and it's heading up with upwards momentum, so we're getting a little bit of move to the upside on that. That was, I think, was that what we found on the... Yeah, we thought that we might go back up to test here and then possibly reverse, but it's not. It's so close to what it might do that I'm just going to let it do it and then see what happens next. Aussie JPY, as we said, the JPY looks like the momentum and strengths are going down, so we'll be expecting this to go up, especially if the Aussie is going up. We can see in the H4 we've got the consolidation again that we're seeing everywhere. I'll just reset the indicators there. We can see that our RSI is saying up. We can see that the MACD is saying stuck and not moving. Not anything interesting today. I did notice Bitcoin had a nice drop overnight. I took a short on Bitcoin. I've only started trading that really in the last couple of weeks, so I took basically almost high to low on the hourly chart. Thankfully, it was worked out well. Can have a look at that. I'm not confident in analysing Bitcoin, but surely a chart is a chart. Some of them look slightly different. We can see in this. Look at that H4. Look at the line from there to there. You know, that's quite considerable. When you see that up move there, it's not come back to give you a chance to get out if you were in the wrong side of that. So not every chart looks like that, you know. Even changing over to, well, different size of candles, but it's not quite as straight a move as that has been, I don't think. It's all perception. Good morning to MGN. That was a nice trade you got yesterday, MGN, on cable. Your TP1 got hit. I don't think last time I looked it hadn't quite got to TP2, but I'm confident that you had a profitable trade on that. Are you looking at anything else today at all? You can let me know in the chat. Again, if you've just joined us, I see that we've got a few watching between X and YouTube. If you are new here, do say hello, and if you want to like and subscribe, that would be great. It helps us promote the channel and get out there. So yeah, we've already looked at AU. Again, CAD JPY are seeing something similar to this up move here, similar to the Aussie JPY as well. Similar, I suppose, to that as well. Yeah, CAD JPY. Again, just consolidation ranging. But we'll have a look at the euro, I suppose, now. We are watching out for the news this morning. Now, euro chart, for some reason, won't keep away from the right hand side of my screen and doesn't let me do much with it, which is really annoying. Okay, euro chart. Yeah, that was MGN just confirming that his GBP USD trade didn't quite get to TP2, got taken out with my trailing stop. So yeah, nice win. Good, fantastic. Not looking at anything today. MGN also says he has got some other work to do. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's making me think that's a great trade setting up there, to be honest. So I will probably, once I've handed over to Sam and Evan, hopefully Evan's on. He had microphone issues yesterday, late last night. I was up late trying to help him get it sorted. We think it might be the actual microphone itself, so it might be getting sent back, and his other microphone on his the sort of built-in microphone he setup's not really great for streaming. So hopefully he'll be on. Hopefully he got it fixed. Hopefully it was something. But I've not heard from him this morning. I've not seen any messages, but I have been on for an hour and 20 minutes and I've not seen any messages. So hopefully Evan's on this morning. Don't see him in the background yet, so we've still got 10 minutes. If not, then I'll maybe have a 5-minute break and come back, and hopefully we see Sam as well. Okay, so Euro. Yeah, so if I am not trading today, which is looking like, I'm looking, yeah, I could do with a morning off to catch up with stuff. I've got stuff to do around the house. I need to get under the floorboards in the hall. I've got some Ethernet cables that I'm routing round about the bedrooms, the living room, and to variously placed Wi-Fi extender routers. Sort of hard, I'm trying to hardwire it because I've got brick walls that the signal just doesn't want to go through. So Lewis, if you're listening, so Lewis was in earlier. That's my son. He'll be happy to know because his Wi-Fi is very important to him, as it is me for trading and streaming. I'm hardwired into the Ethernet through this connection here, so that does give you a lot more stability. But right, let's have a look. Yeah, so I've got that to do. I've also got cupboard doors to frame and fit, and my daughter's room, I'm boarding it. I'm putting insulated boards on the inside of the exterior walls, and I'm also putting soundproofing in between the two bedroom walls, some heavy duty vinyl, and then board over it to soundproof. That's kind of minimal measure. I know there's more I could be doing there for soundproofing, but that's probably the single most effective one. The heavy duty vinyl just stops the ambient sound of TVs and things coming through. Okay, I was looking at Euro USD. Now, it's less rangy, I suppose, than the others. It's heading down nicely. Euro did take a right. I took, well, as you can see, I took Euro shorts there, and on that candle there. Euro did drop last night or yesterday, so I'm not sure if it was news or whatever. This morning it does look it hit a bottom and it's bouncing on the strengths, heading back up to a position of strength in the 15. So yeah, we can see the 4-hour candle kind of supports that it's hit a bottom and rebounding. We're out at the bottom of the volley. Is it going back up to the middle? Is it heading for this fair value gap? I would say so. That's actually looking the more interesting in the trades, but we've got news in half an hour, so let's not be taking any trades on Euro USD until the Euro news has happened. But for me, that's looking like it's turning on the 4-hour but not turned. But it is. It's turned on the hour to the upside after bottoming out here. A nice target would be identified by the 15 by the looks of it. No, it looks like it could be heading up back into here. That's not telling us as much there, but we've got this high here. Yeah, so it could be about to just stop. Certainly up, but I don't see this target here is just too far away for me to consider a target, especially where it is just now. I think that's the trade I would like, but I don't think that's the trade I would get, to be honest. You'd be lucky if it goes to there, to these highs. And to me, that wouldn't be worth taking. It's too far gone. So I think we're late to the party. Let's see what the news does, and let's see if it moves after that. So MGN just saying, oh, I can't. Well, I can't bring it up because I'm still in the annotator. 1 second. So MGN's not looking at anything today. Right, yes, that's right. And he's also saying, I've got to fix a little annoying bug on the Discord bot. Also have to install our new solar batteries today. Yeah, solar batteries. Something came up. Must be because I talked to you about your electricity grid stuff. Something came up on my feed this morning about South African solar, and basically how it could be a game changer for helping people economically in South Africa because of the sunny nature of the weather there, but there is also the danger of solar panels being stolen as well, which puts some people off. But it's solar and solar batteries are definitely the way forward. It's something that I plan to do this year, get that installed, but I do need to upgrade my roof first. It's needing replaced first, and I'm also wanting to put a couple of windows, Velux windows in the loft, just so I can use that space more rather than moving house. And MJN also is talking about my Ethernet cables. He also used to do networking, worked for an ISP for 11 years, so he doesn't miss pulling Ethernet cables. Yeah, I've got a big, massive drum of cable that I got. I've had it that long, it's probably 2 categories out of date, but it'll do for a few years. I don't know what rate these need upgraded at, but given how long it's taken to get from the internet speeds up to, well, I'm up to 900 megabytes now, which is pretty good. But the length of time it's taken to get there, I don't know if it's hitting a stall point or not, or how could any faster speeds make it any better, you know, because 900's pretty rapid. So MJN also saying, funny that you would mention that 2 people were caught stealing solar panels in our town not even a week ago. There we go. International news, you know, I'm reading about crime and solar in South Africa, and it's a hot topic, as we can see. Okay, so we're approaching 8 o'clock. Does anyone want a quick look at anything else before we reach that milestone? Or will we just continue talking about solar? Solar, yeah, let's talk about solar. I like solar. I've got an electric car at the moment, although I do have to hand it back in 6 months, and I'm not. There's other factors at play that might make it mean that I have to go back to. I might have to get a truck, which it's not. They're not, electric ones are not up to the job of towing yet, and towing like 3-ton trailers and things. So I might have to get a truck this year. It's not to say if the trading goes well that the Lambo is still not in the cards. Morning, Evan. Morning, Evan. Evan's in the background about to start. I don't hear you yet, so could be me. Could be me. I can't see if your microphone is bobbling away or not. So Elias in the Wilds Trades is also saying, I would also like to go solar. Lots of sun here in Greece, or at least hybrid, as we also get blackouts from time to time. Yeah, I mean, the price of electricity is clearly going to be an issue for the next year or so, at least. If you can make your own, store it in a battery, charge your car with it, avoid the blackouts or brownouts that happen, or that may well be happening if there's a limited supply. I'll not be, can hear you now, Evan. I'll not be too sensationalistic about it, but I always think, especially as a trader as well, if you get a power cut, you want to be able to get on and close your trades. Obviously, if it's a wider power cut, then even getting on the mobile network could be an issue. But anyway, right, we're approaching 8 o'clock. We'll look to welcome Evan in. If you want to bring up your screen, I'll say goodbye to everyone for the moment, and I'll come back and join you just in 5 minutes. Evan, thanks for joining me for the early start this morning from 6:30. I've enjoyed being here, breaking down a couple of charts, not taking any trades. I don't see anything that's exciting me today, but thank you, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Cheers.
Cheers, Scott. I was just wondering, can chat hear me? I can see my mic now. Yeah, I've been having some problems. God knows what was going on. My microphone seems to be program itself. So yeah, if it goes off, just let us know in the chat. Let us know if you can hear us clearly enough. If you can hear me, Scott, while you're still there, can you actually hear me clear enough?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're coming through loud and clear.
Awesome. Right, well, I placed some manual trades this morning. I'm still working on that bot I was doing yesterday. So I've just placed a couple of manual trades with another trading bot that I've actually got on USD JPY. This is on MT5. This is still on my 100 to 1,000 challenge, but this is the Pepperstone one. No, it's not. This is Vantage. Oh, it's been winning overnight. My money's gone up. I was down in this account, but yeah, I saw that JPY was going up, and I thought I'd jump in. So it wouldn't take the signal, so I forced a manual trade. So I want to see how bullish USD JPY is this morning. Sort of make that a little bit bigger so you might be able to see it on your screens at home. I'm also on my other monitor. I'm also looking at gold. I've just took a snipe on gold going long, and then I got out in reasonable profit, which I'm quite pleased about because now it's tanking, or at least it's going down. It's going down a little. It looks, gold to me looks like it's bottomed out, but it just seems to be staying within a range. It's tried getting a little bit higher, but failed to continue the move on that. So I'm not really sure what's going on with gold at the moment. I don't know if Sam's coming on today at all. So yeah, my analysis on gold ain't going to be that hot. Sam's your gold guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up that screen. You see, when Sam was on before, he used to control all this, and I was like, bring up my screen, Sam. And he was like, bosh, there it is. So now I've got to do it myself. And it's a little bit slower. So this is my gold chart on C-Trader. As you can see, what I was saying, gold seems to be in some sort of range. I am going to, and I still haven't sorted this out yet. So So I've got to follow it with my eyes and up. Hope that I can get these boxes right. So there's the bottom of the range. There's the top. I was just in this little leg here and I just got out, and then this one happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see about waiting for it to get back up here, enter a shot and watch it go along, because that's probably what it's going to do to me today. I don't know what it is with gold, but every time it looks like it's bouncing on resistance, it just plows straight through it, and then when Sam goes and does it, it follows his instructions to a T. I was watching you a little earlier on, Scott, if you're still about. You probably didn't see me in the comments, but I did say good morning to you. I did get up a little bit late. I was going to watch you from the beginning, but as you know, I was up a little late last night trying to sort this microphone out and the camera, because everything just went back to the 1940s and just stopped working.
Seems to be working now. I can hear you fine, and it's looking good again.
Oh, welcome back, Scott. I'm looking at the goal chart a minute, but yeah, no, I was in chat with Will. I got him out of bed, and I said I was having a couple of problems with my mic. It's sorted out after we had a conversation. I don't know what I did to sort it out. I don't know why some of my settings had automatically changed. I'd not messed about with them, but as I was talking to Will, my settings just changed again. So I was like, "See, told you, it's not me. I don't know what's going on." But my settings had changed again, which made me sort of lose the mic. I got that sorted. I turned it off last night. I thought, well, if the computer's not even on, settings aren't going to change. Come this morning and you told me you couldn't hear me. In the back office, I was testing my mic and it worked. And as soon as I entered, nah, didn't work. So I changed the setting once again, and there we are. It's working now. So let's not look a gift horse in the mouse. Mouse. I need to go back to bed. That was a late night I had last night.
Sounded like it. I know. I got your message after we spoke on the Discord call. I got your message, but I was already in bed.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm up early for my 6:30 start, so
no, for sure.
I got away to bed early just after we spoke.
Yeah, you definitely chose an early morning time to start trading.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. If people are interested in looking at things at that time, I suppose I would be on looking at that anyway. It's a little bit distracting when you're trying to analyze. You're talking. You're not necessarily noting things and registering them in the same way you would note them and register if you were just concentrating and focusing on your analysis. You're looking at the streaming side of it as well. It becomes a little bit chaotic for me, but we'll see. If people are interested, I'm happy to stream at that time on a Thursday at the moment, and if not, then we might return back to the 7 a.m. start, which is a bit more sociable.
Yeah, you're definitely an early worm. I would have joined you, but since doing this, I've had to go to bed early to get up. Other than that, I would have been up all night trading. So
yeah, it looks like I had a Bitcoin short on overnight, and it came to fruition this morning. Nice profit on there, basically from not quite high to low, but just about high to low on the hourly chart. On that down move. So
no, that's awesome. Winners. Winners are always awesome, Scott.
Absolutely. It's a new. I've opened a separate account that's basically Bitcoin, gold, and oil. I've been steering clear from oil. That's just too dangerous. Too dangerous for me at the moment.
Yeah.
And gold always. Yeah, gold. I'm not a great gold trader, but Bitcoin I'm finding is a little bit more one direction, next direction, one direction, next direction. It's more predictable from the way I analyse, which is obviously forex based. But a chart's a chart, or is it?
No, for sure. That's why I said Sam's not in. So Sam's the gold guy. When I was watching him pass his phase 1, do you know what time frame he was on?
Well, he passed it so quickly, I'm going to guess he was on the 30-second.
He was on the 12th tick.
12 tick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
I was like, gold's a bit volatile today, isn't it? It's up and down real fast. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm on the 12 tick time frame. I'm like, huh?
I mean, they do say that each time frame it's like fractal, so it's one time frame's the same as the next, but yeah, I can see the attraction of it, because sometimes when my day trades are going into 10 hours long, you think, oh, why can I not just be a 1 minute chart trader, and I might have been finished by lunchtime.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've traded the 1 minute time frame and still been in all day, so it must have been a good entry. But gold's going up now with some steam. So I wonder if it's actually going to actually get up here, so I can enter a short. But as you can see, it's not been doing too much overnight, and for a while, to be honest with you. We have dropped a little, so this is why I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit of a continue. $1,700 and 178 pips, sorry.
What chart are you on there, Evan?
I'm trying to be like Sam, and I'm trading the 1 minute.
I thought that. I'm like trying to find it here, but yeah, I'm down to the 1 minute now. That now looks similar to yours.
Seems to be moving fast. Getting some volatility in the market for London Open. But like I said, it's actually going to reach the top.
Yeah, it looks like for me that's right on a support level, so it looks like it's kind of magnetizing itself to that support level. But I'm not. Am I seeing a direction? You reckon to the upside?
You could be.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it from this chart.
You call in this area the support?
Yeah, just no, right, basically bang in the middle of where the price is now.
All right, okay.
That's the support for me. Or
that exploded.
So one man's support is another man's resistance, I suppose. If it's when it breaks through, it just changes roles.
Nah, for for sure. I just don't like trading midway in between support and resistance. I'd rather catch it from one or the other.
We've got Annie Forever. Annie Forever is in the chat. Hey fellas, good morning, Annie. Welcome. let us know what you're trading today. And MGN is telling us that he only goes lower than the 5 minute on Forex, and don't go higher than the 5 minute on stocks. Never thought I'd trade the 1 minute, but here I am. So only go lower than the 5 minute on Forex.
Yeah, I can buy traders in as well.
I certainly go lower. Morning, unbiased. I certainly go lower on Forex down to the 1 minute just when I'm looking for sort of precision entries or precision exits, you know. So,
yeah, but you've already got your zones marked out at that point, though, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh no, but he said higher than the 5 minute on Forex. Yeah. It's just for me, it's just really when I'm sort of scalping in and out, because I do that as well. You know, if the trade's going in my direction, I'll scalp in and out, similar to what your bot does. Actually, it's in and out.
I mean, I'm trying to do the same. I'm not earning much from it. It's just maybe about £3 to £5 at the time. But I find if I leave it a bit too long on gold, I normally end up hitting stop loss. I've never been fortunate enough to catch a rally on gold, to be honest with you. It would have been nice.
No, I mean I've not really traded gold. I've never caught. To be honest, I've never really caught too many big moves. I'm always out. I'm out, or I take it out before it goes. You know, I see something happen. I see it pause, and I take the money. I've never had the wherewithal or the patience to see a big move through. You know, once it's a profit and it's a good profit for the day, and I'm happy, I'm out and I'll leave it and come back tomorrow.
That's exactly how you should play it, Scott. I mean, I say the same thing. If you get to a point where you're actually in a trade and you're like, well, this is enough for me for the day, I can wrap it up, turn it off, and just carry on with my day. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's definitely nothing wrong with doing that. But to help you stick into trades a bit longer, have you ever tried looking at the higher time frame while you're in the trade?
Yeah. I still set my targets based on higher time frames, but I've got to say, and I should really journal this, is that even though I might have a target of, say, ADR, like the full average daily range for the day, so maybe, you know, what would that be in euro dollars, 70 pips. You know, a lot of people say 70 pips, that's a runner, that's a big one, which it is. But my average take profit is probably somewhere between 20 and 30 pips, you know, which is still quite a good move, depending on what time frame you're trading.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the small account is really making a difference to my trading, just for what you're saying. You know, when you see a profit that's good enough for you, take it. But what I'm finding is, you know, I know that if I'm getting £3 on the small account, or, you know, £3 to £5, I know that that's going to be close to, you know, almost a day's wages in my cash account.
Yeah.
So I know that each one, you know, like, well, that's enough, which is helping me not be greedy on any of my accounts, because I'm and that seems to be a successful strategy, just not to be greedy, just to take what the market's giving you. You've not got a choice in that. You know, you can't choose your profits. You've just got to take what profits that are presented to you. But the small account's definitely helping me not to be greedy, because I'm realizing that if I'm pushing it to, you know, £6, £7, £10,
It's the longer you're in the trade that it becomes a little bit more risky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the sentiment can change, and also you have also got to make sure you take your fresh eyes in, put fresh eyes in to have a look at it, to reassess it, reevaluate, and not just get married to the idea that you had yesterday morning. You know, I still once a week I'm in a trade that I'm fighting the market to get profit out of, when actually I should be in it the other way. But I'm not. You can still make a profit out of a trade that's going against you if you manage it, but not always. Not always.
I was going to say, I've never actually managed to do that.
But that seems to be the way it goes for me all the time. Trying to fight, wrestling with the trade till the profit is squeezed out.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just, like we were looking at something this morning, I think it was Aussie JPY, where it just rallied in the one direction with no pullback and just a straight line almost, and you're like, well, there was no opportunities in that. You'd be out on your stop for sure.
Yeah, I've got on this. I'm still waiting for the bot to actually take other trades itself. NAS I was in last night. This is just a flip bias, so it's gone short. I was in this long. Got about 30 quid out of that. Same as US 500. I was in this, but US 500 didn't actually do as well. So when this bias flips again, after it pops up here, I'm hoping that it just doesn't go like that. I'm hoping it sort of goes like that. But we can only just wait and see what the actual market does. It seems to be in another range. So we've come up from this leg, from down here, from support area, resistance, sorry. Come up, clip this one, and we're using these bands now as support and resistance, along with a lower weekly zone. Yeah, so there's not much really happening in there, unless I was to go down into a smaller time frame and start scalping again. But the idea of this spot is, once I'm in, I'll just leave it. As you can see, there's a decent leg that it got me into, and it continues getting me into little legs. It breaks me out and gives me a little small loss, carries on, gets me out, little small loss, and then delivers a monster. So I'm just going to take the rough with the smooth, to be honest with you, on this one. The other one, I am still in. I'm still in profit on the USD JPY.
Nice.
So I'm still in profit there. Let me just move that. Let me move that screen.
Yeah, I think the analysis we did earlier was that UJ was looking to the upside for today, certainly.
Yeah.
And it's I see it's trying to break what I would call R1 now.
So I've got,
but it's potential to go another. I think I reckoned, potentially there was kind of 50 pips in it today if it continues up.
Right, do you reckon it's going to breach these tops, or do you reckon it's going to equal them?
I reckon. I think the price I had set as a possible target was just around about the 160, just around about the 160 mark. So that would be on those tops, right at the top of the tops. Going back.
Yeah.
Going back to the 7th of April.
Oh, right. What time frame
Sorry,
do I have to be on for that?
I'm in the H4 time frame, so
Are we even there yet? February? Yeah, so you're thinking that it's going to come up here?
yeah, well, possibly. It depends what it does here. It could take a little turn to the downside, but it's got the potential, I think, to continue up to there. You know, that's well within ADR. ADR on yen, dollar or dollar yen is 83 pips. So
Well, I think if
that's
I'm looking
well within
yeah,
it.
how many did you say? 83. I've got 78 at the minute.
Yeah, let's have a look. That should be right. That's the average daily range. Yeah, there's different ways of calculating it. Sometimes you get a different.
Yeah, 725 points.
Is Sam off today? I've not heard from
It
him
would
this
be
morning.
good.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's doing something on something to do with his exams.
Ah, right. Yeah, he's a busy man. I think he's got exams coming up in May, so you know, it's that comes first. Get the exams sorted.
Yeah, for sure.
You
To be honest, I keep asking him, but I keep forgetting what he's actually studying.
I think it's to do with finance. I know that he's keen to come to UK perhaps and do his masters. I think, or a secondary degree. I think it's finance
Right.
or finance related. I think he's got his eye on some London universities for further study.
I hope he reaches his goal.
Definitely.
He'll definitely be showing them all how to trade gold, that's for sure. So he'll be earning a bit of money on campus.
Yeah, yeah. And I was looking actually at further education. There's, I did go to university. I studied chemical engineering, but I never finished the course. I had a job in a supermarket at the time, and there was lots of overtime going. They were extending it, they were refitting it. There was night shift work going, and I just started to see the attraction of earning a wage, making a bit of money. And my studies, unfortunately, went by the sidelines, and I ended up working full time for about 7 years. I ended up working for the supermarket.
Right.
Had my had my own supermarket at one point. I was like a manager at 22, 23.
Cool.
So that was good. So yeah, there's lots of different routes to finding success.
No, for sure, for sure. We're all on a path, and we're all going to get there in the end. It's just some take detours and look at new shinies. That's all. I've definitely been doing that as I've been growing up. Well, I've been growing old. I've not been growing up.
No, I'm the same. Yeah, you've definitely got to enjoy yourself along the way. You can't all be serious, or you enjoy things. Depending on what path you take, you can tether yourself down to sort of limit yourself. Then your limit and self beliefs kick in as well, and that holds you back from becoming the person you could be. So
Absolutely. I think Paul is talking to you in the comments, saying good morning, Market Wizard.
Wizards. I wish I could grow a beard like MGN, and then I might look more wizardly. He's definitely the wizardly looking member in the Brotherhood. It is an impressive beard. I'm not a good beard grower though, unfortunately.
Yeah, Unbiased Trader's been talking while you've been going on about your BT. So he's taken a hit on BT. He was short. So I don't know whether you was long or short on your trade.
I was short, but I saw it bottoming out. I never hit my TP. I just came out it when I saw it was holding back. I can show you the chart if you would like.
Yeah, go for it. Pop it up. He was just saying that he's looking to short GG as well.
I will. In fact, I'll press Scott's screen. Okay, so if I press Scott's, my screen should be shared. Hopefully. Well, I can add it now. Bear with me. We'll go for that account. Right, so that's my gold account.
Well, MGM's comments for you, mate. There it is.
Nice to hear, Pulley. I'm not going to ask you any more questions about that. So we've got that's my Bitcoin chart. You can see, yeah, BTC, yeah. Okay, so that was my trade overnight last night. Let's have a look. I'll put it on a lower time frame and we'll maybe be able to see some details. So I took it from not quite high to low, I was exaggerating. Took it from here down to here, so that was a nice, well, it says 101,857 points. I don't know what that is in pips and Bitcoin. It sounds a lot to me, but that was a nice move down the way. But when I saw it bottomed here and was heading back up, I just came out. I can't remember where my original TP was, probably down in this area here. So it didn't quite reach it, but let's see what it's doing now. Is it still to the downside? See, with Bitcoin, because it is such a fast mover, I still don't quite know, and I've never watched really anybody trading Bitcoin, so I'm just trying to get the hang of which time frame is best to look at Bitcoin on. But it does, the way that I analyse Forex does seem to fit quite nicely into Bitcoin. You know, it does, because it does trend in one direction for a time, it's even nicer than Forex.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I found when I was trading it. When it was going up, it was going up. And when it was going down, it was going down. But even when it was going sideways, you could still trade it comfortably.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm looking at with Bitcoin is the RSI, the MACD. You know, when it gets to these overextended positions on the MACD, these are clear turning points, and they do line up nicely. You know, that was why I took that trade last night. I saw it was a definitive cross and drop on the MACD here, and that's where I got in the trade at the top. And then I saw it coming together just as it reached the 50% on the histogram here.
Do you use them as markers for entry and exits?
I use them as confluences along with other things. So on the MACD, I would that cross when it's at these high positions. You know, a short here, maybe down to here would have been nice. Then I wouldn't have gotten any trades whilst it's hovering about the middle here. And then once it gets back up to here, I've got a cross here, so maybe an entry here. And it's crashed right through. Sorry, I'm pointing there. Crashed right through there. Possibly look to get out about here once it starts to show signs of reversal. Again, that would be a nice one. Nothing really for me here. We've got another cross here, but would have taken this one. Possibly, but possibly not. tend to like the extremes. So we've got another cross extreme here, so we could potentially go long, and then it's straight through again. So we'd either get out here, probably, and then it continues. I mean, that's just using the MACD, you know. I'm not saying necessarily I would take those trades. I would look for other confluences to. And I haven't taken the trades. I haven't taken the trades, but I took that one last night. But it looked like it was the steam had run out. We had we started to get some red bars in the histogram, and so that's why I came out here. And at the moment, there's nothing that would make me take any other trade. At the moment, I'll wait till it either reaches another high on the lines and a definitive cross and change in direction, and try and trade the trend on it.
No, definitely. I try and do the same thing, but I try and stay in as long as I can.
I suppose looking at the it's not quite as good on the 15 minute, you know. You're not getting as clear crosses or clear oscillations in the MACD. So the hourly looks a good one. The 4 hourly looks good as well, to be honest, if you're looking at MACD as a... That's what I have been doing, but then I realised the 4 hour there was too much going on in the hour, in the lower time frames to trade the 4 hour. But you can get some good... There's another kind of good move. A nice 408,000 pips points to the point where you're maybe looking to get maybe 300 if you're being realistic about it. Yeah, so that's the way I'm looking to initially trade it. And the MACD does seem to just go from one to the other if you take it, you know. So I probably wouldn't look at anything in Bitcoin just now, just because the lower time frames are a little confusing me a little bit. But I suppose if you wanted to take some of the smaller moves, you could potentially look at, you know, out here. Yeah, I suppose there's some small moves in there of a mere 38,000 pips points. Yeah, that looks alright. The 15 minute doesn't look great. 15 minute just...
You should get the chat to convert it into pips.
Yeah, I don't know what is that. What is it? Is that pips? Would that just be divided by 10 for pips?
Yeah, I think you lose the last end of it.
Yeah.
So if it's 7,221 pips, it's something like 227 pips.
Sounds a hell of a lot. You know, I suppose that's a 1% move on the 5 minutes. So yeah, maybe the lower time frames. I mean, 1% move is quite significant, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I think you should talk in points anyway, because it makes you sound like a better trader.
Yeah, or handles. I've heard of handles as well. I've still not quite grasped what a handle is.
Right. Okay. I've never.
I think that's more to do with is it futures indices?
Right. Okay. What's it in relation to SARS?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't even know what a handle is. I think it's like 10 points or 10 pips or something. I don't know.
Right.
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I was going to say I've heard of a cupping handle.
Yeah.
Being a trading pattern, like, but.
So a handle in trading is the whole number part of a price quote, excluding decimals.
Right, so it's just basically round numbers.
Yeah, the big figure.
Right.
The big figure.
So something what we'd call a psychological psychological number.
Yeah, psychological level, I suppose. I think that's what AI overview tells me, whether or not that's right or not. So I suppose we are getting.
From an AI.
Yeah, I can't believe everything they say. Never trust a bot. That's what I say. So we've got.
I can't remember what word you put up. What did you put up before? You've just said you can't trust a bot, and I forgot what you said about bots in chat last time. You made up a word, didn't you? What was it?
About me being bottist.
Yeah, that's the one.
Or having botism.
Yeah.
Like, could be. Anti-botism, that was it.
Yeah.
Anti-botism. Right.
Yeah, no, that was funny. That.
So is there anything happening for me on Bitcoin? Would I take any trade on that? It's I suppose we could start on the hour and then work our way down.
Well, the other way
So for
that
me-
I'm looking at DAX. DAX looks like it's on its way back up a little bit.
Oh yeah, there was Euro news just 9 minutes ago, so that's potentially pushed the DAX. Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah, just give us a second to swap windows. For now, it's just this is the 15-minute chart, 10-minute chart. Let me get closer. It's on a different. Yeah, it's on the 15-minute. So I missed this entry because I didn't have it up. So this would have been my entry anyway, with my bot. It's got support and resistance already marked out on higher time frames. This is the support and resistance on a few days ago. I think this was the beginning of the week, so this will have been Monday. So since Monday, this has developed the support and resistance area, which it's just been bouncing in and out of. It's just looking like it's coming back and hitting the underneath. Now I don't know whether it's going to be as strong. I don't know whether it's going to be a strong resistance now. It definitely won't. Well, it was all right. It was a decent support area, but it just wasn't bouncing high enough. The gap between, let's say, top and bottom in pips, mate, is only 257 pips exactly. But now we're coming back up, so we could do 119 pips on this before it gets back to midway. That would actually finish closing this daily gap. So potentially there's about 119 there. There's a hell of a lot more. We could end up with a bull run. We are on a down leg, which you can see there. So it's coming back up. It's coming back up reasonably nice. I'm late, but I just don't know what it's like on the 45. Let me just put the 45 on. Yeah, we're also. This is my time frame for the actual bot. So we're coming up. It's coming up towards the bands as well as the resistance. I mean, I'm not saying that it's impossible that it's gonna bounce down again now, but it's looking like if we get a rejection here, it looks like it's actually coming back down a little bit further. If we break this, then the actual bot will enter long. In fact, it won't. It will now. So now I've prepared the bot to actually to make a decision. I didn't notice so it wasn't on at the time. But yeah, no, the bot's on now. So if this actually breaks and the candle closes above the band, and I think the EMA as well. I don't think I've got that hooked up because I have that as a second confirmation. So if it broke the band and it didn't break the EMA, it won't enter, because normally I've found out that it filters out a few fake outs. And putting the band there and having a second confirmation kind of helps another confluence. You can see that it's coming up now. You'll see it turning green, and the bot will start telling you that it's armed and enabled and disabled. So if it does give that little bit of a push, I just saw it move then, but I meant a little bit more of a push. We'll actually see what the bot actually does, like that.
There we go.
And it's telling you here that a long is armed.
Like a military operation.
For sure. But this will disengage and it'll say disarmed if it goes below it now. So if it's bobbing up and down, it'll be like on and off until it actually makes a decision whether it's going to close above or below. But we have got, I think there's 20 minutes left in this candle. No, there's 30 minutes left in this candle. So basically I'd have just left that now just to do what it does. Next 30 minutes it could tank. But basically that was good timing because it shows the intention of the bot, where it says that it's armed for a long. It does exactly the same when it's armed for a short, and then on candle close, or at least 2 seconds before the candle actually closes, it places the trade, automatically places the stop loss beyond structure. So I think that it'd be about here anyway. Automatically calculates the size of the trade in real time. So I think it's already starting to calculate the trade for the stop loss distance while it's actually armed. So if this candle ends up here somewhere, instead of getting into a stupid trade where your risk is like I don't know, say about like that. So what would that be? That'd be like nearly 500 pips. It would refuse to take the trade because the trade would be just a little bit too big in risk. So it'd refuse the trade, and as you can see, it's disarmed again now. This price is coming down, which tells me up to now that this area is actually holding as resistance. But again, price is trying to break through. I don't know what the news was on that. Was it any good?
It was there or thereabouts what was expected. It was like a forecast 51.5, actual was 51.2, so lower than expected. So negative for the euro, positive for the indices. Would that be right?
Yeah.
But not much in it really.
So yeah, this is the 30-minute candle anyway. We'd have to come back a bit later to find out what that is. It still could enter a long and then still turn around and come back and enter a short, but it won't enter a short until it passed somewhere back down here. So it'd have to be a change of character before it actually entered into the opposite position. But this one itself has got me into some decent trades. As you can see, the last leg that it would have got into, perfect trading. No one's perfect trader, but just taking it as is. That was a 547 pip move. So
it didn't take that. Was it not switched on? Is that right?
Yeah, no, I've just turned it on to actually take it. But there's certain circumstances that it won't take the trade. Like the trade's too big. Stop loss is ridiculous. But no, it's all ready to actually take the trade. So in a few minutes, well, a fair few minutes, when it runs out, if the candle finishes like that, we probably will enter a trade maybe, because the settings are all different depending on what indices I'm doing, like US 500, NAS, UK 100. They're all set to give different tolerances, which all affects the risk. But this one, it definitely would have got into that one. That one would have only been, again, let's have a look, 180 pips. It would have got in at 180 pips. I think there's about at least 250 tolerance on this one. So I'm not really sure whether it'd actually get in that one. No, there's 280 on that one. It might not. It might be. This might be a little bit too deep for it. But I've kind of got it set at an happy medium, where if it skips it because I know that it'll get into a NAS.
And do you have any long bias on the indices? But you know, there's that kind of thing that the indices are generally long biased. Is there any bias in the bot to the long side, or is it just opposite?
No, it's
opposite
just
trading.
It takes the bias. It takes the bias from the break of the bands, and it only takes that on the time frame that it's on. So as in for a longer bias, I've got it set to the 45 minute. That gets me into like trades for either a couple of days or even a week. But as for a bias for like long term, months, weeks, it's got no bias. It don't know. It goes by price action as well. So it goes by what the market's telling it. If the market's telling it we're going short here, which it did, it'll open a trade. It'll put the stop loss here, and then it'll just carry on. It'll carry on going down until we actually get a break and close above the band. As soon as we get a break and close above the band, we're off again. So it'll stay in as long as the market will let it. The trailing stop will actually, if this is my trailing stop, it'll move down and move down and move down and move down and move down. Fair enough, you would lose this price action, but on legs like that, you would be here, just above the band. So it'd come down, it'd take you out, it'd change direction, and then get you back in a trade, and you'd be off to the upside. The only downside with that is you would lose that much, and that's just at 95 pips. So you'd lose 95 pips, but you'd have gained, at that point, you'd have gained 112. So I mean, you give a little back to take a little bit out.
Yeah, it keeps you safe. That's balances it.
Yeah, but as you can see, it's coming down. It comes back up to the band. It didn't break it, so you still would be in that trade because your stop loss would be here, and then it's carried on going down. So it could do exactly the same with this one. It could come up here. It could just tickle the band like it's doing on the German 40, and then it could just tank again. So basically, it's just market volatility, because that actually got quite close. And then if we didn't get took out and we was still in this trade, that itself was 140 pips just from the little pullback. If I actually miss trades, or the trade itself is kind of ridiculous and the bot says this trade's too big, we're not taking this trade, I'll actually wait for a pullback like this and a rejection, and then I'll measure the pip value. Like that's only 35 pips, so that's a better position to get into. So I'd wait for the rejection from the band. I'd get in, there would be my stop loss, that would now be my entry candle, and then I'd have rided it down. So I have got ways of getting in late. This also is another one, rejection candle. And that one would have been 31 pips. So I could have got in at least twice on this one, and then a small amount of money, to be honest with you, depending on what my risk is.
Nice. That was Will just saying that he can hear you. Obviously, the all the stuff going on with the microphone and things.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that it's lasted and it's not decided to trip out on me. I was panicking a little bit yesterday because otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to have done the stream, or at least not with this mic. I would have probably again sounded like I was underwater, using the camera's audio. Because even though it's a big camera, the audio is still not very good on it.
Yeah, thankfully you're sounding well. You're sounding good this morning, coming through loud and clear. So
awesome. I've had a bit of clear out in the office as well. As you noticed, I'm a bit closer to the wall now.
Yeah. You reorganized yourself.
Yeah.
Have you? And what are you trading? You're trading on a, was it a 65-inch screen? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've pulled out one of my old 50 inches because I've got another one in for repair. So I've got 65 inch and a 50 inch sat next to each other.
Nice. And are these just TVs or are they monitors?
Yeah, the TVs.
Right.
So I've just been out and bought some massive TVs and hooked them up as monitors.
Right. Yeah, that's works just the same.
Yeah. So I've got the charts in 4K.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, my son used his TV for a long time as a monitor, but we just got last week there was an offer on he wanted a faster refresh rate. Is it 160 hertz? Would that be right? 160 hertz TV monitor for his PC setup. So
I've got that's my old one, and that one's 240 hertz.
Right. Or maybe it was 260 hertz actually.
Yeah.
260. Yeah, that sounds right.
See if I can do it without giving too much away. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, quite a relaxed setup.
Yeah. Sat on the settee with a couple of monkeys.
Yeah. I think it was fairly recently. I was like, I really like your neon chimpanzees on the wall. And funnily enough, the place where I work, there's a little stall that sells like wooden handicrafts and things like that, but he also sells pictures, and these two pictures, I'm pretty sure it's these two, are for sale at this stand. And I went, that's what drew my attention. I went over and I had a look at them, and then I'm like, I'm sure these ring a bell from somewhere. Where could it be? And I was like, no, that's on Evan's wall.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same two ones. Yeah, they're good.
I've claimed them for now. These two shouldn't actually be here. These are destined for like you've got a fireplace.
Yeah.
Do you know the recess? Do you know the recesses?
On either side, yeah.
Well, I've got some lights that stick to the wall and shine down, and the pictures are going to be underneath. The pictures are going to be underneath that in the recesses.
So you'll need to get new trading room pictures
Yeah,
to replace these.
yeah. I did say on Friday. I did show a picture on Friday of something I was looking at. I'm in two minds whether to actually go through with it or not, but I might look at it. I might look at it.
What are you thinking? What's your plans?
Uh,
A full wall vinyl?
no.
No.
To be honest with you, I've seen them. You know them wooden lats that you can actually get for the walls now.
Yeah, like the strips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some.
seems-
I've seen some of them.
Yeah, that seems to be like the on trend thing to do in your house.
That's why
Like
I'm not
equivalent.
doing it now.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of the 1970s flock of ducks going up the wall,
Yeah, everyone's got them. Yeah, that's why I'm
Or
not
that
doing that now.
or that Greek lady with that's like blue or green.
Wasn't it
looks like
the picture of the Spanish
Spanish lady.
Oh,
Yeah, and I think what was the 1980s version of that? That was like the pictures you got with the lights behind them, like a waterfall or something, you know, with
Yeah,
a kind of
one of-
bubbling white light.
wasn't the one with oh, what dog Shep? Collie, innit? You know Shep the dog. It's
Yeah,
Collie.
yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Collie, innit? There's that picture. There's that picture of the crying girl with a collie.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that
yeah. Not familiar with that one. And then in the 90s would have been 90s and 2000s. 90s would have been borders.
Stimulate. Yeah,
90s would be like wallpaper borders,
and brown.
and then
stuff.
yeah, beige. And then the 2000s, that's when you started to get like the three pictures that make one picture, but up separately, like wooden blocks.
Yeah,
That would be what you would put in the wall in the 2000s. 2010s, I don't know, I've kind of, they're a blank for me, the 2010s. Not sure what happened then. Children, that was it.
yeah, definitely. So I've just turned my phone on, and it's kicking off now. So let me show the camera that. I was thinking something like this for the background. I'd have to come back off the wall a bit though.
Alright, yeah, cool. Oh yeah, I remember that now.
So I showed that on Friday. So I was looking at something like that.
Yeah, that does look pretty cool. I know I don't have a single picture up in my house, not anywhere. But I've got a long list of ideas that I've never quite got around to
Accumulated.
implementing.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of stuff. You can get some decent printed graphics and things if you're willing to wait a couple of weeks. A lot of the Chinese retailers will sell you stuff that you can mount yourself once you receive it. You know, they'll
Yeah.
send it to you in a tube, and then once you get it, you can mount it on a block or a board or a frame or whatever and stick it up.
Yeah, I've got one and it's still in its roll, to be honest with you. That was supposed to be there instead of these. But because there's a delay in doing the living room, like trading, I put them up on here instead. Thought I might as well get some use out of them.
Yeah,
Well,
I do like
I'm-
them. I do like them. I'm attracted to the neon stuff at the moment as well. But I think by the time I get round to buying them, the trend would have moved on, and
Well, it's
we'll be reminiscing about the neon chimpanzees. I think I remember the early 2020s when they
Yeah.
were cool.
yeah. It's definitely something different.
Yeah,
So
I do like them.
the colours are quite vibrant on it as well. So it's
Yeah.
it breaks things up.
In fact, a few of my ideas for pictures on my wall over the last few years have become trading related. You know, like neon bulls and bears and
Yeah.
dollar signs and things. I don't want to get too bling, you know. I don't want to be one of these Lambo traders, you know. I certainly
Sure?
don't. I know I've posted a couple of pictures of me with one with a Lambo, but that's just me having an in joke to myself.
Yeah.
I'm just being a little bit of tongue in cheek, but also quite liking the look too.
Yeah, I'd like to build my own house. So I'd like to buy some land in a field, build my own house, and have it fully, pretty much green energy. I kind of priced it up, and depending on what you actually get the land for, it can cost less than actually buying an house, if not the same price. But I was looking at solar, like he was talking about with MGN about solar panels.
Yeah.
I was talking to a farmer that lives near us that hired me for some work a couple of years ago, and his 168 solar panels that he's actually got totally do that farm purely on the solar panels. So I was thinking, like, if you're running a farm on that and it's 24 hours a day, I could run an house on that 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I reckon if you've got battery storage, and depends, you know, it depends on light, I suppose, as well. You know, being up in Scotland, the days, sunlight hours and cloud cover. Although you still get generation even when there's cloud cover, but there's down times as well. But I reckon 16 panels would cover my electricity needs most of the year, and then you can, if you've got batteries, you can charge them up with cheap electricity. You know, they're talking about offering free electricity when there's an excess of electricity in the grid. You know, that's one of the government things they're talking about, to offset the cost of increase that's going to happen. They're talking about free, you know, it's just to take the electricity out of the grid. I don't think enough people have storage yet that would make it worthwhile.
Yeah, it doesn't seem bad, the kind of perks that you get in your country.
Yeah, no, that's a that's a UK wide.
Is it really? I doubt it.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Unfortunately, the cost of delivery of electricity in Scotland's it's a higher cost than down south for some reason. Even though most of the electricity is generated here.
Right. Okay.
Certainly in your renewables, anyway.
I'd really like to be self-sufficient like that. Solar panels, electricity, backup, and again, if there was no sun during the winter, you can always move to creating your own little substation.
Yeah, I definitely, it's the way forward. I'm not sure that there's going to be money for all these grants and incentives and stuff, but that have been there in the last few years. But the price is obviously coming down as more people adopt it. But as more people clamber for it in an energy market that's only going up in price, then that might also drive a temporary increase in the price of solar panels and solar storage batteries and things like that.
I
think see the price peaking.
I think if
So
it's
maybe not.
peaking, there's going to be a drive for it. It's not going to be a temporary increase.
Yeah, well that's it. So and the price of shipping. I mean, all these things are made in China generally, so even the price of shipping them over is going to be going up because of the ongoing crisis in the Middle East.
Yeah. So on the German 40, I've just entered a short because I've seen that 45-minute candle reverse. So I'm not even waiting for the confirmation candle. I'm just jumping in.
Right. So you're manually activating the bottom. Is that right?
Well, yeah, because it won't enter a short because technically it's already in a short.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah, so it should have gone in the short had it been switched on way back up to there. Yeah,
Yeah, all the way here. So
and it's still
technically,
a valid trade.
yeah, it knows it's already still in a short, so it would never enter a short. So I've just seen that the wicks come down. This has kind of started to reverse, and I'm about £2 up at the minute. Almost. There you go.
Nice. And is this on the 100 to 1000 account?
No.
No. I was going to say £2. That's a quick £2 if it's the small account.
Yeah. It's still a small account, but it's not not that one. It's just one that I use for testing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think I think I have. I'm not going to say things like that. I have made the decision. I'm taking today off the markets just based on not seeing much this morning. Everything was kind of rangy and stuck. I was going to look at the euro dollar now that the euro news has passed. We're 20 minutes away from pound news at 9:30. There's PMI flashes of global services and global manufacturing on the pound at 9:30 UK time. So that's coming up as well. So I did say I was going to have a look at both of these after the news. So I'll do that. And then there's American news in the dollar at 1:30 p.m. this afternoon. So I do have stuff to do. I've got these Ethernet cables, cupboard, frame, doors, vinyl on the wall.
Yeah, you're a day behind with these cables, aren't you?
I'm just a day. And the month and the 3 months and maybe 6 months.
How long have you actually been promising him?
Oh, and the cables. Well, he does have an Ethernet cable to his room, but it's just it's one of these flat ones. I've just laid it along the edge of the carpet. It's not like going through the walls. It's just running. It's sufficient, to be honest. It's sufficient, and it goes up to the loft through the cupboard, up into the loft, and into the router extender booster.
Right.
So he's got a direct Ethernet cable to his room now, but I'm running a network of cables so that I've got options on where I can place things in the future, and just plug the TV direct into an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, for sure.
If someone's sitting on a laptop in the living room, they've got an Ethernet port in the wall, they can just get their Ethernet cable out and link it up.
I was talking about doing this quite a while ago on poker night, and I think it was Rich said just have it floating on the carpet, running up the stairs and stuff, and I was like, I ain't doing that. I'd have to drill holes in the roof, I'd have to rip floorboards up and everything like that. It's like, nah, just chased it down the stairs. I'm like, oh, aye. My wife's gonna love that idea.
Just loop it round. You don't. These flat cables are easy to just slip in the side of the carpet if you've got carpet. If you've got, they're easy. It's easy to do, and they also, you can lift the carpet, which is a pest to get back down, but you can lift the carpet and just slide it under, and it just lays flat under the carpet.
Where I actually was in the living room when I was before my son moved out and I claimed his bedroom as the office. I have actually got one of those flat cables. It's still there, to be honest with you, but it's pushed underneath the skating board, and it trills the skating board as I've slammed it under the skating board. So that tucks it out of the way.
Yeah. I mean that's probably all that's required. And by the time I get round to putting all these cables in, they'll be obsolete and I'll need to redo them. But at least it'll be easy to pull the next one through. Yeah. But no, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to get on with these jobs, and that gives me I do find that when I'm trading that I find it hard to go away, and I have to keep coming back to check. I'm a bit like a peekaboo chef when I'm constantly opening the oven to have a look and causing it to take longer. But I do find the way that I trade is I do need to be sat at the screen managing it, coming in and out, you know, there's times where it moves and it stops that wouldn't have taken a stop or wouldn't have taken a profit, that if you weren't there to see it happening, you're missing an opportunity to make the trade better, to improve it.
Yeah, or get out while you're in profit as it's turning round on you. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Just those obvious, when you can just read the movement of the candle. You know, it's something that I think that comes with time. You can just see the way it's pulsating at the top and sort of just looking to just touch that point,
and then
you know that it's turning. You know that it's
definitely.
like you can just, it's like a wild animal that you
trying
can
to
just sense what it's doing.
Yeah, no, I've done it myself. I've been in a trade and I'm like, yeah, this is going real well. It's just going up and up and up and up. Then all of a sudden I've seen it go, and I'm like, nope, get out, and it's just gone.
Yeah.
And then just
Just like a
raging bull.
Yeah, the throbbing and the pulsing and you just know it's coming to an end. I'll just
Definitely a good sign. It's definitely a good sign. And that's the time to withdraw.
That's it, you know. Looking at the Euro USD chart, it's not really doing much either. Even after the news, it certainly has gapped down on the 50 on the 9:30 candle, or the 8:30 candle, that would be. I'll bring it up. I'll go. I'll go on the Scott's screen.
Right. I was going to say, Scott just got an extreme close up just then.
And then I'll just have a look at the other that one.
Well, I'm £3.5 up on that trade already, so. Sooner or later, Scott, we're going to be sat here going, I'm £3.5 on this trade now, and
yeah, eventually. Well, you know, if you can make the 100 to 100,000, 100 to 1,000, you know, that's a factor of 10. Another factor of 10, it's a 10,000. Another factor of 10, it's 100,000. Another factor of 10, it's 1,000,000.
That's it. Sounds so easy.
It sounds so easy, you know, and if you can keep doing the doubling,
Yeah.
you know, that was, what was that, 16 days to 200? That's a doubling, so I reckon by my estimations, 54 weeks should take me up to the 1,000,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you can double the account every day for 30 days, you'll be at it's about 10 million by the end of the month.
Yeah, I think we can. So we'll need to.
Work
That will
it out.
increase our viewership. Just remember, if you are watching, like and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. And if you haven't already, hit that link in the description and get yourself in the Discord.
Yeah, don't give up. You know, if we do make it to the 1,000,000, be one of the people that sticks with us through that process. Don't just give up now. It is possible, and join us. Join it. 100 to 1,000.
Elliot's just
We
sticks in every podcast has him. I reckon he's on about the wooden lats now.
Oh yeah, the wooden lats. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I have thought about them for my living room. I was looking at the price of them. They're reasonably priced for the sort of prefabricated ones. Was looking at doing it myself, just buying the wood and just stapling it on, putting a fabric up. But we'll see. Evan's just off for a second. I'll just remove him for the moment. Oh yeah, sorry, I just muted you. You're muted. Oh, or maybe you're not. You're muted for me anyway. I don't think you're muted. I think you're muted for everyone, not me. I can hear you. All right, I'll put you back up then. Ah, yeah, that's the lats. That's the lats and the slats. Is that a sample?
No.
Is that one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do like them. I do like them because I've got my TV mounted on the wall directly in the middle of the living room wall, so I thought it would look nice as a kind of surround round about it on that wall.
Yeah, you know the chimney recesses that I was telling you about.
Yeah,
That's for them, and then the monkeys are going on there with the lights above it. So I'm not actually doing the full wall. I'm trying to refrain from doing like the full wall, so it's just the recesses, the pictures and the lights.
yeah, that'll look good.
Just breaks it
That'll
up
look
a little bit. But that's why I'm not doing the back here, like Elliot said. Every podcaster has them.
Yeah, and my whole house has been ripped to pieces. I know that if I was to turn my camera around, it would be like it's like a tale of two cities. It's like two different two different outlooks. Actually, I've only got like 5 square meters of finished, and that's my trading space.
Right. I had to go careful with them, with my monitors and my TVs and shit, because they're 8 foot big. Like,
Yeah.
they're massive. So I'm hoping I can just get it done with 1 or 2 panels, just bosh, and that's it. No need to cut. I need to cut around the sockets. So what I've done is I've got my mate on standby, and I'm like, when I actually get these on the wall, mate, are you going to come around and cut around these sockets for me?
Yeah, you want to get that one right first time.
For
No
sure.
second chances.
No, there definitely isn't. And they're still pricey.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but they do look good for what they are. There's not much to them either, actually. When you look at them, you then think they may be overpriced. Right, I'm going to have a look at Euro USD. So we'll start on the 4 hour.
Yeah, definitely do that, because this trade's turning around on me at the minute.
The news is done on USD. Obviously, we've got the pound news in 10 minutes. That could also filter a little bit into the euro trades, as there is some confluence, but it'll not be much. Okay, so we've got on the 4 hour. Let's assess what's happening. What way is it going on the 4 hour? Well, it's certainly going down. Looking at the MACD, but it's running out of steam. We've got equal lows here on the histogram, but higher lows than here. So the overall down move from here is running out of steam, but we're also stopping off on the 4 hour. The RSI here is showing us that it's gone into oversold conditions a couple of times here and here, and it's ready to turn, but it's still in negative territory, so it would still be down for now. So we're down and down, but be cautious because it's finished, or it's showing signs of being finished. Looking at the Bolly, we're out at the bottom of the Bolly here. We've retested the 20 moving average, come back, we've tried for it again, we've got the double top here and down. Back at the bottom of the Bolly, it's still spiking down, it's also sitting right on the, go to the early chart. That's the CPR level there, so yeah, it's looking down, and still down even on the 4 hour there. We've got our Bollies flaring at the top edge here. It's flaring open, so there's definitely still momentum to the downside. So down and down. So I'm confident down on the H4, but could be approaching the end of that down move. So onto the H1. So the hourly chart, we're below the middle pivot, or the central pivot, and we're still got a bit to go to S1, so that could be our target. nice 18 pips if we're still looking down on the H1. So narrowly we're up on the MACD. We've got kind of equal highs on the histogram here. We've got a crossover here. It's tried to go against it there, but it's crossed and it's up. So it's up in the MACD, but we've resisted the 50 line on the RSI and it's bounced off it, so we're still down on the MACD, so these oppose each other. Sorry, on the RSI, so these are against each other, so we're kind of neutral Bolly wise. We're at the bottom of the Bolly. It's tried for the centre, it's tried for the centre again. It's probably wanting to take that spike through the centre line of the Bolly, the 20 moving average, but it's still looking down. Still looking down. The Bolly's kind of closing together, so we've got pressure building, ready for a move in whatever direction it's going to choose. Is that down or is that up? H4 saying down. Hour is saying mixed. So kind of neutral in the hour. Again, it's not really giving me anything. The sales are still in there, strength wise, price action wise.
Yeah, don't you wait when time frames conflict?
Well, yeah, they always do though. They always do.
Yeah.
I can't think of any time where I was like, oh, that's that they are all lining up. I'm still to find these golden trades.
Yeah.
It never seems to happen. So that's why your assessment and a little bit of discretion always comes into it as well. You know, I find it difficult to make it.
I tend to look for 3 to line up out of them. If the top three are in line, then it generally green light on that.
Yeah. So we'll say, what did we say? Neutral-ish on that and downish on the H4, but maybe be careful. And as I say, there is 18 pips to that support line, and it looks like it's heading for that. It's underneath the central pivot. Will it want to bounce off the central pivot first? It's not looking like it wants to. It's holding under the 20 moving average on the hour, so it is looking down. It is looking down, I would say. But we've got the conflicting ones here on the RSI and the MACD. So I can hear a delivery van outside. I'm not expecting anything that I can remember. I don't think, unless my kids have ordered something and not told me. So the 15 minute, the 15 minute we are on the MACD, a little bit mixed in the middle. They're coming together, but they've not confidently crossed. It has been kind of up and then down, which is in the price action also, up and then down. It's not really giving me a clear signal in there. The RSI, however, is saying up. It's been in positive territory. It's crossed over down to the below the 50 into relative weakness, I suppose, in that asset, or negative, not negative strength, but downwards momentum. But this looks like it's retested that, and it looks like it's wanting to head up, so it's up for now in the 15. Up for now, mixed. Bolly's saying up. It's confidently closed through the 50 and then resisted, closing below it again on this one, and then it's going to the upside. So it's wanting to go up on the 15. So in the very moment of this, it's looking up. So do we have anything on the lower time frames that would give us an entry on the upside? Now this is the 200 moving average. I've added that to my Euro chart. I can't remember why. I think I spoke about this in the last stream, but it's certainly below the 200 moving average there. That's on a 5-minute chart, right enough.
More reliable for trend direction, I think you may have done it for.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's certainly holding below it on the early chart as well. Obviously, you get a different... It's at 381 there. Depending on your time frame, it moves, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so it's below it. So I think we're looking for a trade to the downside, but it's going up on the 15 at the moment. And I'm not seeing... There's a lot of consolidation here. It's probably not going to want to break through this. I mean, look at it. Look at it here. It's certainly resisting it. It's spiked through it. Let's see if there's anything in the 1 minute that would give us... Potentially... Here, it might want to come to, because there's this fair value gap here. It's certainly... You can see it's not wanting to go higher, but it has broken higher here. Spiked anyway.
Yeah.
So does that mean it's probably going to go
down
into here? Oh, that's I don't want to do that. I must have it on one click trading when I was closing stuff yesterday. Let me just turn it off one click trading and get a...
Did you just enter a trade then?
I just entered a trade there, yeah. Wait, should we, well, no, I've put a limit order on, sorry.
Okay.
A limit sell limit order. Just turn one click trading off of him and forget to turn it off.
I prefer it myself.
So you can't see my order box. It's only sharing the window. So potentially, or am I in a trade? Did I enter a trade? Hang on. Oh no, that's just that's the theoretical profit there if I enter this trade. I think we could look to get an entry here because it is up for the moment, but it's looking down overall and a little bit neutral in the hour.
I mean, I remember, I've not done it often, but I remember placing a trade just like you've done now, and it ended up playing out.
Yeah, well that's it. Sometimes it can. Normally if I do that, I'll cancel it, you know.
Yeah.
I'll cancel it.
Oh, I didn't know what had happened. I clicked it.
Oh yeah, if you don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Then all of a sudden it started ticking off, and I'm like, this is all right.
So I'm going to keep that. I'll try for that trade. Just as so. Let me colour this a different colour. I've not found the colour I like for doing my annotation. So what we're looking for here is for the price to go, yeah, that's not too far away, and it is just at these 15-minute highs, so that would be fine. There's not much room to show you this. So what I'd be looking for the price to do would be to basically come up to here and then down from there down to here. But possibly this fair value gap here would be the time to get out. So it might go all the way there, but I would be more comfortable just looking for 18 pips to there. So that is where, that's a trade I'm going to take. It looks like it's going down now, but we'll see. We'll see. That's in the 15-minute chart. So there we go. It's it would be an $85 win if it takes my order, but I do still think, just from what the 15-minute was showing me, it's not showing me that anymore. It's showing me that the pound news has probably moved that. It's just the pound news has just come out. It did say it might filter through to the euro chart, and it looks like it is. So we've maybe missed the boat, and it's decided to just leave without us we'll see what it does. I'll leave the trade in place. Obviously, if it gets down to here, I'll just cancel the order off. So I'll just put myself a little reminder on the chart here.
$8
to do
trade
that.
or $80 trade?
85. This is on my prop
Yeah.
account. So a bit of false advertising on the... So I've got my alert in there on the title of the stream, growing a small account, when the only trade I've taken is on my 107,100 account.
No, it's filtered through to your small account, so...
Yeah, that trade will open up as a 0.01 trade on the Vantage account, and it's not going to be $85, but it'll probably be about $1 a pound maybe on that account. 18 pips, what would that be on a 0.01 lot size? Would that be £1.80 or would that be
Should be close to it.
roughly that? Yeah, roughly that. Although it'll translate into dollars, so it'll convert from dollars to pounds, so it'll be 85%. So yeah, maybe about £1.40 or something. I think that's how it works. Well, guys, if you're all still listening, like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. It helps the YouTube algorithm identify that we're here and we're trading, live trading. And bear in mind, I think I said earlier that if you do want to follow my live account, I am sharing my actual account for anyone to go in and look at on FX Blue. So I'll just quickly show you that on the screen share.
Yeah, this ain't paper trading, we're actually trading our own live accounts.
So if you go into FX Blue, so it's fxblue.com/users/SigmaFX trading. I will quickly copy that and put it in the chat. That's the old small account, but that's unfortunately I can't get the hookup on the new small account. But I will work on that today and try and iron out what's wrong. I think I posted that in the chat. Yeah, there we go. I can bring that up. So that link there, if you follow that link, you can go in and look at my as an investor basically, using the investor password. I don't suggest that you copy this trading. This is educational only, not advice, just a bit of fun, not education. That shows you the progress of the account. I'll just try and move that so you can see it.
Of course it's education, this is how not to trade.
Yeah, that's it. Don't do this. Don't do this at home, guys. Don't do this at home, kids. So this through FX Blue, once anyone can link their own account and get all this analysis for free. It's a free thing. So you go into FX Blue, you can see that my balance on my original small account that was started on the 2nd of March this year has a balance of 192.57. You can also see that the profit of 93.58. There was, I think I made £1.01 on the account as I was testing it the week before we went live. It also does confirm that it's a real account here, and it's oh, that's not showing up in the annotation there. Or did it show there? Did you see the annotation? No. Okay, so you can see there, and there's the equity curve. So we had a lovely curve up to here, up until the second, I think it was the, oh, it's not showing me now. Sorry. Yeah, there we go, up until the 26th of March, so it was only something like 16 trading days and we were already up at 213, but then we took a loss back down into the 0.01 lot size trading, and then our progress returned, and then we took a loss, and then took a double loss, and then we've just had a little bit of a plateau and slowly building it back up. So we're back up to 193 as of today. That trade that I've put on this morning, if it takes, doesn't look like it's going to be honest, will also go onto this account as well as the new small account. Once I get the link to the new small account on Vantage sorted, I will share it. But this gives you some ideas. It shows you your profitability, your win rate. So far, my win rate is 71.8%, 72%. So that's a fairly good win. Nice, good win rate. Profit factor 1.64. So I'm in the profitability region. I've traded 1,664 pips overall. I'm sure there is an R thing as well. Risk reward ratio of 5.52, which that's quite good as well, I think. I don't use risk reward. I don't know what that actually means in terms of, does that take account of where my stops were when I set them, or does it just show you what the ratio of wins to losses is as an R? I'm not
You're
sure.
right. It's well, it's obviously where your stop loss is, but it's your risk to reward. So if you're risking if you're taking a 1-to-1, it'd be a 1R. If you're taking a 2-to-1, it'd be a 2R. So every trade that's actually multiplying up would be your actual total R rate that you've scored throughout all the trades.
So that was a 5-to-1. So does that mean I'm risking 5 times as much as I'm winning?
No, you're winning 5 times more than what you've actually put on.
All right, that's interesting. It also breaks it down by market.
If you
can see that
on a fiver, there's your 5-to-1.
Ah, right, okay.
Just think
Okay,
of it.
so
that
sorry to interrupt. That Euro trade is. I think the pound news has finally allowed the markets to move a little, so there's quite a bit of a spike to the downside. I'm not as happy looking for that higher, better price entry anymore, so I'm just going to cancel that trade off because I think it's changed for me. If it doesn't break that low, I'll maybe reconsider putting it back on. But for now, I've taken that trade off. So this also tells me that my most profitable market is the Aussie dollar. No surprise, because I definitely noticed that has been my favourite. Profitable day, a Wednesday. Least profitable day, a Friday. That's why I've made the decision just last week not to trade a Friday. I will review it. But yeah, Fridays are a day off now for me. So that's 2 days off, great. Shows you my most profitable hour of the day. So 5 to 6 p.m. That must be when I'm just saying, right, let's just close this and have a relaxing evening rather than be worrying about a trade that's on. It also tells you the most profitable week, month, quarter, year, best duration, most profitable durations, about 1 to 2 hours, which would be about right. There we go. I would need to look at what these exactly mean to understand them, but there's some valuable information. You know, if you don't journal, then these things can help you hone your strategy. There's all each trade that I've taken as well, you know, so there's nothing hidden. It's all there in the open. I'm not copy and pasting or photoshopping daft things or paper trade and then claiming the best one as being the here's how I've done. It's all here, totally open. You can even log on and look at the balance myself. I can't hide it, it's shared, and there's the link there. So just quickly going back to the Euro trade, it's more of a spike rather than, it's not holding the lower price, so it still might do that higher, test that fair value gap in the minute first. Let's have a look. What one was it? Was it this one? Can you see the? You can't see the end of that screen, can you? Can you see that okay?
Yeah, on screen.
Yeah, so that's a euro trade. Yeah, so basically that spike down it didn't break that low, so that sort of revalidates my idea that it might test higher first. It's left well, it's taken that fair value gap now, as we can see. So we can still get an entry here to go lower. Up at this fair value gap. What was it, 230 pips? Sorry, 18 pips we decided to go for in the end. So I'll put it back on because it's not broken that low, so it could still retest this area here. But if it does get down, there we go, back to the $85 roughly. Into that. Yeah, that'll do us there. So it's back on. I've got it back on, and I'll update you later in the Discord as to whether it took or not. But that's the only trade I can see myself taking today. Just wasn't feeling the markets today, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you for the last 15 minutes. I think, Evan, if you've got anything to share, because I've now been on for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
You've done well, mate. You've done well again.
Yeah, we got there. We got there. So thanks for joining me this morning. If you were here at 6:30 and are still here, then well done. I can feel my voice starting to go. But I think we'll review what the viewage was, and we'll see if it's worth doing the 6:30. Do let us know if you want to have an early look at the markets like that, and any room for how to change things or improve things or make it better for you, or what to look at. Do you want more of news, or do you want more of chart breakdowns? Do you want to concentrate on things like gold and crypto and oil, or are you happy for me to pick out some of my pairs, which is what I do every day anyway? I'll still need to do that, so it just means I might have to get up a little earlier to do my own trading, because it's hard to trade and stream at the same time. But thanks anyway, guys. Thanks, Evan, for your company again. It's been a pleasure as always, and we'll look forward to the next one. I might even pop in tomorrow. As I say, I won't be trading tomorrow, but if Sam's not around, I will look to pop in tomorrow and keep you company on the Friday broadcast.
No, you're always welcome, bud. It'd be good seeing you again on Friday. Like I said, you don't need to trade. You can just watch me collapse my account.
I'm sure that won't happen. It's all looking good. It's all heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Cheers, Evan. Cheers, guys.
See you in a bit.
See you later.
Right.
Cheers. Bye now. Bye.
Now we Scott talking about gold trading. I've just entered a gold trade myself. I can see on the 15-minute that it's actually reacted to this resistance area that I did on a lower time frame. I moved up onto the 15-minute time frame. It's rejected from there. I know it's looking like it's going up with higher lows and higher highs. I'm just hoping that it stays beyond the EMA that I can see on a different screen, and it carries on going low. It does still look a little bit flat, but I'm targeting these lows down here. I'm hoping that if it does come back up slightly, it'll just reject again and then carry on falling. At least to revisit these lower lows that are down here. These are higher lows, but how reliable they're going to be, I don't know. So basically I'm just taking a punt at this one, as I can see the rejection that's come from here on the 15-minute. I entered the trade on the just near the close of this candle, as it was a valid rejection. All I have to do now is just sit through this trade and see whether it wins or loses. I'll post the results in the Discord of this trade, because I might as well leave this open now for the time that we've got left in this stream. I still could be in this for either a few minutes or a couple of hours. So again, I'll post the results in the Discord. Links in the description, so make sure you click and you're subscribing to the Discord. Like Scott was saying, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, which always helps the algorithm, helps the channel, helps us grow, and hopefully one day we'll start giving analysis that actually starts making sense. But other than that, like I said, it's hard to actually trade and stream at the same time. This is probably why they're all better at it than we are. They've had more practice. But other than that, this is the gold trade that I've entered. So I wonder if Sam's watching. If Sam's watching, did I do well? Probably not. It's probably going to go against me. Is it, Sam? Do we have some news and it just tanked? Has anybody else actually been trading gold this week, or anything that's out the usual on Forex? Let me just pop his link back up. So if you wanted to follow Scott on his page, that's where you'll find him. But for now, all I'm doing is watching this right now, and ironing out a bot that I'm actually working on the side. I'm out of my USD JPY trades. I noticed that it had kind of stalled, and then it took off a little bit. So price action on there is a bit slow, and that was even on the 3 minutes. So I had too many screens open. So I took the profit that was on that. That wasn't much. It was only a couple of quid. So I took a couple of quid profit on my 100 to 1,000 challenge with Scott. But like I said, every couple of quid that compiles gets you closer to the goal. And I just decided that I actually saw this on TradingView. It's below the EMA. And the EMA that I'm actually using on there is the Alma, and it's set at 155. So I'm hoping it's bounced a couple of times from it. I'm hoping it continued to do the same. This was the rejection leg from the EMA. So I'd actually lined that up well with the EMA, and I wasn't even watching. It's having a little pullback now. What we've got left in this candle. Got about 8 minutes left in this candle. And we've got about 10 minutes left in the stream. So that's probably going to work out about well. I just want this candle to sort of tank a little bit, so I can leave the stream in profit at least. But I'll post the results in the Discord. I'll comment about it on tomorrow's stream. Hopefully Scott's going to join us as well. There's nothing else that I'm really looking at for today. Like Scott, I've got a few things that I need to do. I've got a side gate to actually get put on. That was wanting doing for a fair few years. It was just holding itself together with a bit of blue tack and sellotape. So I decided to get a new one of those. So we've been needing a side gate for quite a while. The blue tack and sticky tape was giving way. So I got my mate to build me a new one. So he's built me a custom gate, and I'm hopefully going to get that put on sometime this afternoon. And I'm going to go get some turf and turf the garden. So although I'm trying to trade as well. I am being kept very busy on the in between, which ain't that bad because I can still keep an eye on the trades that I've actually got open. Just keep nipping in, or even looking at my phone. Let's see how close this bot is to taking trades on the NAS. We're miles away. I did actually get out of that trade because it was going back on itself, and I didn't want to sit so close to the weekend in drawdown. So if it actually takes a trade that doesn't look like it's going to be going anywhere within the next few days, I won't necessarily sit into it. I'll wait till the next week. This is US 30, it's exactly the same. UK 100, should have already Aurelia been in that. I was in NAS and US 500, so I was in US 500 and NAS trade at the time, which actually took my margin pretty much to bare minimum, so I couldn't enter this trade, otherwise I would have still been in that one. That is US 500. We are dropping a little bit. Again, it's hovering around the support area. Roundabout, let me get a bit closer. Around about the 71-200, I think that is. So I don't know whether we're going to keep testing this area for today and tomorrow and then bounce, or if it breaks, we'll probably coming down to these lower lows here. Just got to keep an eye on that one. Euro USD is still sort of in a downtrend, and it's coming back up. This is on the 1 minute, so that's not very convincing. We'll move up to the 5 minutes. Still in a downtrend anyway on the 5 minutes. I don't know what's going to actually make this